Okay, when we last left off, having arrived in the city of Armoria on the island of Brigandine, you spoke with the mayor and a couple of townspeople about a mysterious jungle that had sprouted up overnight in the entire island. Upon doing so, I'm now dramatically distracted. Upon discussing with them, you went out into the jungle to attempt to discover whether or not the trees were magical, what might have had them pop out. But unfortunately, one of your party members, Roxanne, uh, sort of frightened a bunch of raptors, which attacked you. And limping back to town, you you licked your wounds a bit for the night and started resting. How unfortunately, a group of cultists had noticed that Roxanne was a bit of a rockhead. I don't know what to call her. I don't know what word's better. And attempted to kidnap her in the middle of the night.
Gravels for the brains.
You managed to rescue Roxanne. Unfortunately, the next morning, Roxanne went off alone, broke into the mayor's room, and then was arrested. And it turns out the mayor and some of the people working for her are cultists who have been trying to summon or at least open a portal to the plane of fire to rescue their god, the person they worship, Kosuth, the Lord of Flames. So with that in mind, Miza took some of her captives, in this case a little Abishai, which is essentially an imp of Tiamat, this draconic looking devil creature, and sacrificed them, attempting to open this portal. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess we'll find out.
What's his name, Tristan?
Abi-chan?
Aki-chan.
Oh, okay. It changed like 6 times. I don't remember.
It did.
I don't know what you're talking
unfortunately,
about.
or possibly fortunately, Miza failed in her attempted ritual as she didn't perform any of the steps required to do it and just stabbed the guy with her dagger attempting to summon it. And she opened a portal instead to what appears to have been some sort of plane of void or negative energy of some kind. And losing this Abishai and her dagger, a warped, strange creature sort of like half emerged from the portal, and then its body sort of half fused with it and is now lumbering in front of you. So I think it's probably a good idea to get some battle music.
All right, I already have the
around the mulberry bush.
All around
Pop
me
goes the weasel.
Familiar. Yeah, I'm gonna just play. Wait, I can. Wait, I got you. 1 second. I got it.
Yep.
There you go. And
also, just for our various audiences' benefit, here's a recap as to Bob's current state. He has a rapier in one hand, is wearing the jester hat, and nothing else.
Bob's in undies.
I don't think the bot's working right now.
We call them scrundies where I come from.
He's just in his underwear because he had to rush out of the inn room without equipping his armor. And also has blood smeared across his chest from an intimidation attempt that was not very effective earlier.
To be fair, it all seemed to go pretty well until this point. Like, right about now is where things seem to take a turn for the worse.
Let me turn the pot down a little bit.
So, as this large void creature steps out of the portal that was opened, I can't tell if the music's too loud. Damn it! Everything's.
I'm turning it down. So.
I don't know. I know this specific song is very loud, so I'm. Oh well.
I'm gonna turn that down a little because it is.
Okay. Stepping out of the portal comes this large mass of like flesh and faces, these long clawed arms. It looks like 2 of them, but they're not exactly evenly spaced on either side, and one of them's bigger than the other. And it's just got this like lumbering mass under it of like feet and just like bits of flesh. And it looks rather confused and surprised to be here.
In pain.
It looks. I'll say make anyone who wants to can make either an insight or a perception check as this thing steps off to kind of figure out what is going on in this
I got a
thing.
nat 20 on perception.
Christ
Okay.
almighty.
Starting it off good here.
How many
That's gonna
times?
be a 15 for mine.
Hold on, I'm looking up my, let's see, insight versus perception.
Nesta
I
got the
got a
opposite of
20
the Will
too.
Wheaton
The
curse in
same.
this
I'm
one.
gonna roll insight.
Whenever I need something like useless, I get a nat 20. Whenever I need something useful, like getting out of these dang handcuffs, I just keep
Okay.
rolling like nat ones.
Yeah, Bob rolled a 7. He doesn't know what the fuck is
Okay,
going
Roxanne and Rogue, you can pretty quickly tell this thing is like confused and I guess the word we used is
Join our side.
no, it's it doesn't understand the world, you know.
Who does at this
It
point?
doesn't understand a thing about a thing. It is, I'm gonna say it's probably surprised
Hashtag mood.
and bum.
It has been
It
ripped
is-
from its homeland.
It's been ripped from its dark home, and it now resides in these sort
I'm
of.
making big friends with
So
it.
this part of the room is dim light, but it seems to be almost immediately looking like it wants to push itself away from the bright light of the like magma channel over
Oh god,
here.
it's gonna be coming towards me. Oh fuck.
It looks like it very much is upset about bright light. You almost immediately notice.
It's a bad thing that bright light is also very, very hot.
It's a bad thing that I have a spell that can make a bright light.
Who knows? So I think with that in mind, we're gonna go
I
ahead
spent
and
the whole week trying to figure out
So,
ways to use my flesh.
Miza used her action to summon this thing, and I believe she already used her bonus action to hit Bob with a
Meteor.
meteor. So that's
One of
her
them
turn.
minutes.
She doesn't know what this thing is capable of, so she's gonna go ahead and not run away. She's gonna hold her ground on it. That's gonna begin this thing's turn. It was surprised, and then now it has a reaction. There we go. That brings us to the cultists. I think immediately this cultist. I'm gonna have him make a check to see if he's afraid of this thing. He has advantage because he's a cultist of
Big
these guys.
devoid creature
Um,
with no face.
He doesn't like this thing though. So he's gonna go ahead and reach out his hands and cast.
Oh no. This is
He
gonna
also
be
doesn't
bad.
like you, Rogue. He's gonna cast Burning Hands. And he's gonna put
Oh,
it so
no.
it hits the Devoid and Rogue.
Is that dexterity saving
Yes.
throw?
So could you two make
Man, this
make
cultist
me
is not
dexterity saving
smart.
throws?
I guess that's all cultists though. Cultists aren't smart.
Oh no. Nasker
That's an
calling
18.
cultists out.
Cultists are never
Okay, so you
smart,
make the
alright?
save.
Yeah, they
The
drink pee off
Devoid also makes the save. So both of you are going to take 10 reduced to 5 fire damage.
Oh no.
This thing looks like it takes the damage fine. Doesn't look like it's resistant or anything to it.
Now it's
I
gonna
am
be
bloodied
18.
now.
Ah, fuck. Alright.
Don't worry, I can't.
so-
do
Although
anything.
you can't really see that I'm bloodied because my clothes are
Well,
immaculate.
I can see you're not looking too
A-
good.
a- column
you,
of
you know I'm not
flames.
looking too good, but my clothes look. My drip is on point
Yes.
right now.
The column of
Gotcha.
flames
The
bursts
drip-
out
You may
over
be
these
dripping,
two.
but your drip's also dripping.
My drip
And
is stupendous.
Roxanne,
Right. I'm still in.
your turn begins.
Wait, what about cultist 6?
Oh, you're right. Cultist 6 is also going to need to make a fear check. Okay, he is gonna stop grappling you, and he is going to pull out a dagger and chuck it at the devoid. Okay, so he chucks this dagger at the devoid, and as he throws it, you see the, it's almost like for a second, as the dagger flies at this thing, it's like space warps around it, and the dagger just spaghettifies around the devoid and continues flying and lands on the ground over here.
That's not good.
Jesus, that's a hell of a
The
thing.
dagger is now made of spaghetti.
Something tells me that
The
physical
dagger, as
attacks
it lands
wouldn't
over here, seems to
effective.
kind of reform into pretty close to the same. It might have some problems with it, but you can't.
But it is forever changed.
Yeah, sure. Roxanne, your turn.
Well, I'm still in my handcuffs, right?
Yeah, they are quite damaged now, but you are still in
Yeah.
them.
And I'm no longer grappled, so that means... Oops, sorry about that. More disadvantage, right?
So your arms are pinned, so on any athletics check, aside from breaking them, you had disadvantage, but you can try to break them, just normal, yeah.
I don't have anything else I can do. I'm debating if I want to ask him to unlock it, or if I would just want to try breaking out of him.
Which one do you think?
Could always try both.
Am I able to do both?
I mean,
I would say
can ask
you
him,
could
it
try to do
doesn't mean
both.
he can do
You
it
don't
till his
have a
turn.
bonus action, but you could like be trying to
I
break it
don't.
out, and or sorry, you could
Oh.
use your bonus action because you don't have anything else to do with it.
Yeah.
To
And I'd like to try to break out and ask him to like release them.
okay, so go ahead and
Well,
do
let
that.
me see if I can even. It's athletics. right?
Athletics check, yes.
That's actually pretty fucking good. That's another nat 20. What the fuck? Bro!
2 in a row.
Roxanne, what'd you get? What's your total?
I had nat 20. It's just a 20,
Okay,
but it's a nat 20.
you
Jesus
are
Christ.
pulling at this thing, and finally, as you've been yanking on them and like smacking them into things, they come undone. One of the arms just like cracks off, and you are the man. They're still like attached to one of your arms, but you are no longer unable to perform somatic components.
Is there any rocks nearby?
Yeah, there's like pebbles and rocks and stuff all over
I'd
the
like
place,
to
just on the
pick
ground.
up some pebbles with my bonus action.
Okay, you can interaction
maybe.
just scoop up some pebbles. So if you
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to bonus action prepare a rock or something, you could do that.
Wait. Does this happen to 1 second? Oh no, that's an action. I'm just figuring out which
Your-
one is not
Your
bonus
rock
action.
grenade is a bonus action to
Oh
enchant
no, I was
it,
looking
and
at.
then an
I was
action
looking
to
at
cast
heal.
it.
I was
Oh,
looking
and
at
you're healing.
heals,
Yeah.
though.
Unless you've got healing word, you don't have any bonus action heals. Well,
Okay,
actually, if
no.
you have healing potions on you, you can drink
I
them.
know they stole all my stuff.
That's true. That's true.
I'm like naked besides my clothes.
Yeah. Besides your clothes, you don't have clothes, but you have clothes,
Yeah.
so you're fine.
I bet you're
Yeah.
naked under those.
Yeah. Then that ends my. Then
I mean, you have a step up on me. I don't got no clothes.
then I can't do much anything else. There.
Okay, so right now that would mean you can't perform material components for spells, so you're aware.
What does that mean?
So if a spell has an
Needs to
M
go
on
to
it,
M.
you have to have the specific thing it needs, or else you can't.
Oh yeah,
do it.
no. But
Okay.
I just need my stone grenade. That's all.
Yep.
That's why I
Okay,
picked up some
rogue.
stone.
Okay, so like, if this cultist wants to play, we can play. So I can either kill him or kill this devoid right now.
You can yell that at him.
Yeah. You'd know as well. The Miza and the cultist are enemies of this devoid as much as they are of you. So you can still do your sneak attack on this devoid, but you
I
won't have
know, I
advantage
know.
for it.
But if I action or bonus action disengage because cunning action, I can walk right over here, and that does give me advantage because that's an enemy of the.
I would
devoid
let
on
you
the
have
exact
advantage
opposite
for
side.
it. He's a big lumbering boy, so yeah.
Hey, it goes through the center.
Yeah.
If not, I can move right here and it goes through the center.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I
I
think
still want to
you
move
could
right
use a
here.
bonus
Just
action
make it harder for the
disengage.
cultist.
Okay.
What?
Oh, you would from
Bonus
Miza,
action.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, the devoid has its reaction. So.
Well,
The devoid
Well, I'm
used
not
its
going out
reaction
of-
to spaghettify the knife that was flying at it.
Oh, okay. I didn't
also,
know that.
you're not leaving the threatened area of the devoid, so you
That
would
is
be-
true.
Yeah.
But I'm also gonna poke this devoid now, so let's see how that works.
Okay, stab at him.
I'm a stabby the devoid with a
Devoidy
nice
woidy.
13 to hit.
That hits.
Oh wait, I've got advantage,
Yeah, you do.
so that's 20 total.
That hits.
I was hoping for the.
This thing
That
does not,
20.
aside from its ability to like make an attack go around it, it seems to not be hard to hit.
Oh.
So you stab it.
All right, and that's gonna be a total of 22 damage.
Okay.
Nobody messes with my boys, okay?
You stab into this thing, just this big like lump of like flesh just like sloughing
Finally,
off
something
and
not
falling onto the
humanoid
ground
shaped.
randomly. Yeah, you're stabbing into it. It does have some like humanoid features in it though. You see like these
Okay,
like
yeah,
wailing
but I
faces
don't care
and
about
stuff.
those humanoid features.
They
It's
don't look.
obviously a monster.
They
I don't-
honestly, yeah, they don't look
I
too
don't-
humanoid.
Door.
I don't have any mental
Alright.
quarrels with
The door
murdering
just
this thing.
unlocked. Now I can see into the room to the right.
I did that with my
Oops.
mind power.
It's okay.
I think.
That door,
Is,
it's okay. All's well.
is that your turn, Rogue? Because my food's here, and I want to take my turn before I go down and grab it.
Okay, I can also move back away from the devoid because I still have my thing. So I move 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'll just stand right here next to you, Bob, and just be like, got any idea? I ain't got any
ourselves
ideas.
into a pickle here.
Okay.
Haven't
We be in a little bit of a pickle.
Boblin, your turn begins.
I have an idea. Kill it until it's dead.
I like that idea. I like that idea.
He will upcast a bonus action healing word
Okay.
for 2d4 plus 4.
Who you hitting
Oh,
with it?
Bob does the wheel.
I'm going to hit Rogue Blaze with it because Roxanne has cure spells of their own. And
Okay.
I'm not gonna use it at all. I'm just bored of you.
while all else fails, we can save them later as they're dying like we usually do.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
So let me roll this.
As long as this cultist doesn't get mad at me, I'll have this devoid just constantly blind. That's
All right, absolute minimum healing, you get 6.
6
That'll
heals,
be enough.
Rogue.
That'll be enough for me to kill this guy. Thank you. I appreciate you, Bob.
Don't worry, my plan is to constantly.
Thank you,
keep him
Bob. I can
blinded.
take care of this guy. All I have to do is survive. What is
Alright,
that?
well,
4 rounds of
Let's
hitting
see.
it?
1, 2.
Can I get an attack of opportunity on Bob? No.
Technically, but you
Uh,
should.
No.
And then
Nah.
to card throw at the cultist behind the devoid because that guy's fucking dangerous, and I would like this devoid to either eat Miza.
Okay.
or do something. So,
Do something useful.
all right. So card throw.
Don't worry, my entire plan on why I picked up rocks is just to keep.
Oh, shit, I forgot to roll the attack, but this is going to be blue.
Okay.
If it lands. Which
I
one's
thought that
blue?
was your roll.
17 to hit.
Oh,
It
thank
hits.
God.
I was so
Okay.
confused that you got a 5 because I know you have a +6. I was like, what happened?
How is this physically possible?
So it's 1d4 plus 4.
You rolled a
Yes.
-1 on a d20. How do you do that?
Minimum damage again, but it's cold damage to the cultist.
Okay, he is
How are
unconscious.
you doing this?
Thank God. Okay.
Behind him, cold damage?
Cold damage, yeah.
Your icy blue card slaps
It's gonna
into
suck
him,
in the cultist's body and get another
And he-
head added to the fold.
collapses to the ground unconscious. Miza like looks at you like, okay.
Yo, what the fuck?
Opens the door and closes it like, okay.
This door is actually just kind of swinging on its hinge because of the damage it took from the devoid and the fact that it wasn't unlocked.
All right.
So
I'll be right
But-
back. I'm not going to food from downstairs, but here's my turn passing, so I'll be right back.
okay, Miza.
We're fine. We're fine.
Miza looks at all of
Fine,
this.
dude.
She
kill
is
this
going
devoid.
to.
You have to say your catchphrase.
I have to.
Miss
what?
you later.
Miz is going to action disengage and back off into this
That's a
bright
r-
light.
That's
and
a
then
really
she is
funny
going
joke I
to bonus
made.
action throw one of the meteors at the devoid.
I made a really funny joke. You got it.
The devoid fails.
Wait.
They fail. Okay. 8 fire damage.
Miss you later.
I can't do this right now. Miza is just like,
down on this thing.
shit.
There's
She
your
backs
cat
off.
plays.
The devoid.
Shit.
Oh no.
Oh shit!
Oh, shoot. Oh no, this is where things can get really
I
The
believe
devoid
that we can
looks
solve
around
this
at
amicably.
everyone. I'm gonna have it roll for who it attacks.
Can it
By
just suck up the
God.
cultist, please? just like,
Yeah, the
just
cultist
like
is right
suck
there
it
on the
and add
ground.
another face to its
This thing
armor.
looks angry at being attacked, actually, and it just like looks around. Okay, so
Please go for the body. I'm at
To
6
be fair,
5
Bob
HP.
didn't attack it.
To be fair, I haven't attacked it either, but the cultist behind me has.
it's going at Cultist 6.
All right, I'm
Okay.
The devoid is going at Cultist 6. The devoid like looks at this thing, and you just hear this like horrendous, vile, yes, like this sucking like void noise, as you see just like. Okay, so the cultist needs to make a saving throw, which they fail. Okay,
Wait, he's attacking or moving towards?
he just looks at the cultist
Okay.
And he's gonna suck him.
and
Fucking
makes
real
a terrifying, disgusting noise, and then,
Kind of like your sister.
oh my god, Nazca, not right now. I don't need your political opinions on my show. So this cultist, you see literally as he looks at it, he just, oh! The cultist
God.
just like evaporates.
The
The cultist and their body, everything is just suddenly gone.
What the? Oh,
And it
no.
gains back all of its
Holy
health.
shit.
Oh no, this is bad.
I hope to God that's
So
not
those cultists didn't have a lot of hit points, to be fair, but
Okay.
yeah, you watch as the cultist
What
just
is-
fucking Thanos snaps, just turns to dust, and like the dust then suddenly disappears.
Okay, we might be in a bit of a pickle now.
This, I believe.
That's the
is a
devoid's
little
turn.
bit of a
No,
pickle.
okay, so the devoid, as it's doing this, you see just like waves of force begin to like pull towards it. Could I have everyone make a strength saving throw?
Ooh, not
Oh
good.
God, one strength, my one weakness.
Why? Why? Another not 20.
Something's broken on D&D Beyond. A few more
think it
times for me, Nazca.
Yeah, if I roll a few more times, I'm gonna switch
11.
to actually doing it on Astral Tabletop instead of D&D Beyond.
Oh, I just did that 20. What the fuck is happening?
Okay,
is
and
just-
Miza needs to make one as well. Okay, who got lower than, who got, just, looks like just Rogue then. Rogue,
Oh, no.
as everyone's looking at this, you guys feel like all the rocks on the ground begin to just like wobble and pull towards this thing. And everyone else manages to brace themselves except Rogue. One of the rocks catches you on the foot and you fall prone and are pulled 10 feet towards this thing.
Oh dear God!
Oh no. Well,
Let's hope it doesn't have a second attack.
That is its turn.
okay.
Roxanne.
I'd like to just move back a bit, just around this corner. And
Okay.
then throw a stone grenade at it.
Okay,
a
so
flashbang at it.
you produce a
specifically
flashbang.
here.
You want to throw it here?
Yeah, like more
Okay.
like here, away from Rogue.
Okay. You would
But,
know
like,
this thing
still
is
hitting it.
afraid of bright light, so you might cause it to go running in the opposite direction of whatever you throw.
Oh wait.
You would be
okay, then-
aware of that as a thing.
Then maybe more like, I don't want to get Rogue with it.
You could throw it here, and it would probably run this way, but that would kind of put Bob at risk. I don't know
I
if
know,
there's a
I
good
want-
direction to throw it.
I already have a backup character in mind. Do what you got to do.
I am willing to die for this. Throw the stun at me.
Throw the
Alright.
stone!
If I,
Throw
well,
the
I'm
stone.
gonna, you'll have advantage on it.
Well, the
since I'm
stone
probably
doesn't
gonna
deal
yell.
damage, so...
No. Well, he's on the saving throw because I'm gonna yell.
Yeah.
Flashbang, watch out, Rogue.
Who's making the saving
Wait,
throw?
what is the saving throw?
It's just gonna be Rogue right there.
You're hitting... Well, you
I
can
think-
hit both, can't you?
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
wanted to run this way towards Miza.
Okay.
That's my plan.
You would also
Liz.
know there's bright light that way, so you kind of
Exactly.
might be in a pickle. Either way.
Exactly.
So
Right here.
where you throwing
Yeah.
it?
Right here on this square.
Okay, so Rogue and
So
the
that it
Devoid
would
need to make a
run
saving
maybe
throw.
more towards the wall. Yeah.
What kind of save they making?
I got you, Sauce Boss.
But you don't got me because you didn't say.
I'm looking. I'm trying. Constitution saving
Constitution
throw,
save.
and
Okay.
Rogue, you have
So it's got a
advantage.
1.
It rolled a
Yeah,
1.
It rolled a 1, so it fails.
It's blinded.
Okay. I got a 20. Unnatural.
Okay, so you chuck a rock there and it explodes and flashes of light, and this thing becomes blind.
Aye.
Is that until the end of its turn or your next turn?
Until the end of my next turn. The end of my next turn.
Okay,
So it's
the Devoid
blinded.
is now blind.
Probably put a little. thing on
It like wails and
Does it happen to take damage from that?
no, but it looks very upset that the bright light happened near it. We'll just do that for now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. My plan's working.
That's
Okay. Rogue,
And
All right.
I believe.
Oh.
Unless Roxanne wants to move further, you have 20 more feet.
no. I'm gonna just stay around this corner just so that
Okay.
like I have a bit of cover.
Why did it go
Nope.
to Robert?
Rogue.
Okay. Rogue.
One second. Let me tell you
Aye.
that. Well, it's blinded. So.
Yeah, it's blinded.
I know
Rogue,
what
you
blind
have
is.
advantage on attacks against this because it's blinded, so...
Also, well,
You're
I would have
prone.
gotten sneak attack because it was advantage. I use half my movement, stand up.
Yeah, okay.
All right, and then I'm gonna, I guess, attack this thing.
Do it.
It's better than nothing. So it's gonna be a 20 to hit.
That hits.
All right. Wait, no. D. $15 damage.
Okay.
Big damage, big damage. 37 total damage from me.
Oh my god.
This thing
because,
is... You can see just, like, bits of flesh and, like, black energy just, like, flailing off this thing. It is bloodied.
Alright, and then I'm going to bonus action disengage and go 5, 10... Wait, I don't even need to bonus action disengage then. To
You can just...
do that.
You can do some fancy footwork around it.
Yeah, I'll
up the
do some
stairs and to the
fancy
side.
footwork, and do I have anything else to use my bonus action on?
I don't know. Maybe a second stab. I mean, no, you don't have a second knife.
I don't, and if I use one, then I lose out a lot of benefits.
Yeah.
Okay. That your turn, Rogue?
What's the third thing on fancy footwork?
It's actually
hide.
really good that I gave
Actually,
it blinded.
wait. I hide
From...
the devoid since it's blind,
Okay, okay. You can try that.
just to try not to
You're
get
moving.
noticed when
You're
it becomes
moving to a different
unblind.
direction of where it's looking right now.
Yeah,
if it
just
wasn't
trying to
blind,
not be
definitely no,
noticed
but
when
it
it's
can't see.
unblind.
I'd let you
Yeah.
try that. You don't even know if it can hear.
That's a
so-
22 to hide.
Well, no, it's the flashbang, so it also makes it so it has
Is it blind
double
and
hearing.
deafened? I don't
Well,
remember.
I don't think you did deafen, but it should definitely.
I think it
deafen as
just
well.
makes them blind.
It
um,
just is a flash, so just blind.
It's a bunch
okay.
of flashes.
But
um,
you know,
either
considering
way-
bonus
Blinded is
blind
actually
very
really-
good.
I know.
Yeah, blind's a
'cause then
very
his
good
attack-
condition to have them have. So
Because his attack roll will have disadvantage.
yes.
All right, so that's what I used my bonus action on. Hey,
You feel like this thing is unaware of what direction you're in anymore. You can see it like flailing its arms around where you were.
all right, good to know.
Bob, I believe then it is your turn.
All
That
right,
was a
so
good
does this
hide
look like
roll.
necrotic damage would heal it?
You could make a religion or
Void, what does it have for?
general intelligence check if you wanted. Some sort of intelligence.
17.
You feel like this thing is not resistant or immune to anything. Neither does it seem to be vulnerable to anything. It just seems like a large mass of energy and like body parts.
All right, awesome. Then for my action, I'm going to cast Animate Shadow on it.
Okay. What kind of a check does it need to make?
Always funny.
It needs to make a Wisdom saving throw of 14.
Okay.
We'll see if it makes it, and if it doesn't, then I'll read the effect. But
so
otherwise...
it's got a 12 minus 2, so 10.
Oh, nice. Awesome. So, for the spell's duration, the shadow stays attached to the target, sharing its space and constantly assailing the target,
Okay.
granting advantage to on all attacks against it. In addition, the shadows deal
Nice.
1d6 necrotic damage at the beginning of each of the target's turns. At the end of each turn, the target can attempt a wisdom save to dispel the shadow and end the effect.
Oh, so we
We're
can
just
use
putting-
that for blind.
We're just constantly stacking. We're just stacking as many effects as we can.
It's a
on
good, I think this, maybe. It's shadow. You guys see that this creature, the light coming off this magma is casting shadow this way. Suddenly the shadow itself like stands on end and begins to like wrap around this thing and smash into it. Does it deal damage now or?
At the beginning of each of its turns.
Okay. Anything else, Bob?
Let's see. Hold on. Let me measure real quick. How do you do that in this thing again? Is it control and
Shift.
drag?
Shift. Yeah, shift, and then wherever it started, it will go from. So if you want to let. so if you
It's
want-
control. It's not shift for me.
Oh.
Oh, weird. Okay.
All right. Robert screams, "From downtown!" And I've cast another healing word as a bonus action to Roxanne.
Okay.
Okay.
And now he's
Probably-
completely out of spells.
Don't worry, I have a bunch of spells still, but I'm just gonna keep blinding it, cause that's really good.
Bob do be out of spells. Yeah,
How much does it
versus
deal?
one creature could be very good.
Fuck. All right. Caps don't work apparently.
I mean, yeah, if there was like, if we were like dealing with both Miza
Roll.
and the thing, 8. All right, thank
All right.
you.
Yep. You get 8 back.
Okay.
13. That's not too bad.
Any movement, Bob?
And then we're just gonna gangbang Miza after this.
Oh no.
Now he's just stay around where he is.
Okay. Miz's turn. Miza is gonna go ahead and first she'll throw a boy. She'll throw a boy. She's gonna land right here, hitting Rogue and the Devoid.
Of course, because that's what Miza would do. That fire tree witch.
Yep, she's a
That
bad
fire
person.
tree witch.
Could both
This
of
is a
you?
threat to you and you alone.
All
This
right,
is gonna
he's
die
Caps
next
back.
turn.
Finished feasting.
Okay. Could both of you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Yes, I can.
I
And
got
I'm
another
so
1 for the
glad it's
Devoid.
fixed.
It's
That's
not
10
having a
for
good
me.
day.
No, it's not.
Okay, so both of you fail.
Fuck.
So you're both gonna take 6 fire damage.
Oh my god, my heals are gone in an instant!
Roxanne,
worry.
you need to heal Rogue.
No. This guy needs to stay blind.
Okay.
Rogue needs to stay standing. He's our damage dealer.
Yeah.
So,
But if this thing doesn't-
Miza is then going to.
No. Yeah, no. It's probably more important to stay blind.
Does Miza want to die? I'm gonna have her make a.
This is a tough question. Everyone asks this every day.
I'm gonna have her make an insight check for whether or not she feels that this is like a winnable fight for her.
To be fair, the Devoid looks very damaged.
The Devoid looks damaged, but all of her cultists are
dead or dying on the
dead
ground.
or dying.
And we're totally gonna gangbang her
nope,
afterwards.
she is resolved. She
Use
is
that word. NASCAR.
against.
What? That's what we're gonna do. She
No,
deserves it.
um,
That fire tree witch. We're gonna gank up on her and just beat her down.
She doesn't want to know.
Stop.
She does not want to know what this thing can do. So she is gonna go ahead and cast. She's also seen that it's not very good at Dex, so she's gonna cast Agonizer's Scorcher on it. You just see a column of flames erupt from her hand out into
God,
this
something
thing.
that finally doesn't damage me too.
So it goes ahead and
These
rolls
guys
a 9.
really need their
so
priorities in
it's-
check.
Okay, so that's gonna be 5 damage. She rolled.
She rolled real bad.
That was
She rolled
less
real
than
bad.
A meteor. That was less than one
was.
of my attacks.
It was. She rolled 2 3s and a 1, or 1 3 and 2 1s. That's Mrs. Turn. As she hits this thing and sees that it deals like she's not doing much damage, she just seems to think like maybe she should run, and she's gonna back off a little bit further towards this
She
lava.
could escape that way? Unless she jumps in the lava.
I mean, she's a fire cultist, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe she walks in fire.
That's gonna end her turn and bring us to the Devoid,
The
who
blind devoid.
I believe takes some damage at
Blinded.
the start of its turn.
Yeah,
Let me go and roll it for you.
Yeah, you can roll it.
I thought it was 10 for a second. I was like, dang.
It takes 6 damage. 6
Nice.
necrotic
Oh
damage.
my big boy Bob.
Yeah.
This thing is not looking too good. You can't exactly tell how good it's supposed to look, but it doesn't
It definitely
seem...
woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
It woke up on the wrong side of the dimension, yeah.
Yeah.
It woke up
So-
literally in the wrong dimension. Like,
First-
let's not sugarcoat it here.
First things first. Hey,
The
look, it's a
opens
door.
again.
No, it just so happens that my mouse and that door are, like, in the same place very often. So, first things
Just
first,
move
it's
the
actually
screen.
gonna try to pull everyone towards it, so could I have everyone make another strength saving throw?
Oh god, this is gonna be bad for me.
I got an
Including
18.
you, Rogue.
I know. It didn't
Oh.
show up for me.
Oh no.
I must
I
give
got
it
a
a
I
second.
6.
You guys,
I got an
7,
18. I'm the
6,
only one who did
18.
it.
And Miza got
Okay,
a
I got a
5.
second.
Okay,
I'm
so
the only one who rolled.
Bob 510, Miza 510,
Rogue's just inside of it.
Rogue. You feel yourself being pulled into this thing, like the void itself is calling out to you. Could you make me a Constitution saving throw, as you are
Not
you are
good at
sucked
that either.
towards this thing's space?
Oh no.
Oh no.
8.
Rogue's dead.
Okay, let's just be happy you did not roll a 7.
Oh god.
Was it a 7 Constitution saving throw?
No, it's got 2 things. If you roll a 7 or lower, very bad things happen. But you only rolled
8.
an 8. So you're gonna go ahead and take 1 force damage.
That's not so bad. That's not so bad.
It could have
I've had
been
worse
more.
days.
It could have been
I've had
more.
worse days.
He could have been.
I
sucked
just
into
rolled
the
a 1.
void.
I've had worse days in my life. I've had worse days.
So, with that in mind, this thing is blind, so it doesn't know where all of you are.
Mhm.
I'm going to have it roll a d6 for what direction it rolls, starting with 1 here and moving this way, like around it in a circle, for where it puts
Isn't that
its...
7 directions? No, 8 directions.
That's 8,
So
you're
what do
right.
you
I'm rolling a d8. You're right, it's 8. Okay, 3, so it throws it this direction.
Towards Miza.
Let's go.
You
The
are
fire
all...
privilege. FTW, that's her name.
Nobody except for this cultist is in the area, so the
Oh, wait.
cultist technically needs to make a saving throw, even though he's unconscious.
Doesn't that mean he gets disadvantage?
It's a con save, so he still gets to make it. He got a 20. So, you guys see just like sections of this bench and the rocks around this area just begin to disappear.
Oh god.
And this cultist is gonna go ahead and if this was real life, you'd hear me roll a lot of dice. This cultist fails a death save though, because it can't really do anything else. Okay.
The door's open again. Oh god.
This
No.
door,
If it does
this
enough
door,
damage to
this door is like
kill the
swinging back and
cultist,
forth, so I think you guys
then
would
it
probably
would
be able to
just
see it
suck
a
it
little
up,
bit.
wouldn't it?
Fair.
This cultist had levels though, so
Okay.
that's gonna bring us to Roxanne. This thing stops being blind now, right?
Oh, not the end of my turn.
Oh, it also gets to make another will save to see if the
At the end of
shadow
your
goes
turn?
away.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, it makes a save? Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes a
That's
wisdom
a
saving
that's a
throw.
2, so no.
Okay, it's still there.
You guys can see this door now swinging back and forth. Could you all make me perception checks as like the round starts again? because this door is like opening and
19.
closing. Okay.
13.
7. But I'm also, like, around
Rogue
the corner to
and
make them.
Bob, as you're like noticing, you both hear something like thudding and rumbling in this room. And
There's
Rogue,
another devoid.
from
in
your
there.
direction, you see there is a book on the table, this large-looking bluish tome that is currently like rumbling on the table angrily.
Do any of you call that out?
The fuck is that book doing?
There is a book in this room. There's a book in this room, and
I'm a little
it does not
preoccupied.
want to have bindings wrapped around it, but it currently does.
Wait, there's a book in there?
There's a devoid in front of me.
There's a
I'll
bunch
deal
of
with
stuff
that
in this
first.
room too. You see, this looks
Oh,
like it was
what?
probably Mrs. room. Okay, so
Bro, did you see there's a
Roxanne.
book in there?
big
Yes.
book.
Alright,
A book that is currently angry.
Look,
No,
problem
no, no.
one first. Kill this thing.
Yes, I know. That's what I
No,
was trying
I
to
go
say.
here, and while moving, I throw another flashbang at it.
Okay, so action and bonus action to do that. So where are you throwing
Yeah.
it? And it makes a con save.
Right there.
So it got a 15 this time.
Okay. I don't know
What's your
what it's
DC?
rolling.
What's your
Wait,
spell
what?
save DC?
Where did I find that?
Should be up
It's under
above
the
your
spell.
spells. Yeah.
Above spells.
Oh, 13.
Okay, so it makes it this time. So it's
Okay.
like it's flailing around. It does still look upset about the light, and given the fact that it saw it this time, I'm gonna have it make another save for running away from the light. So where are you throwing this light?
Right there, below Rogue, 2 spaces below Rogue Blade.
Okay. Cool beans. That's your turn.
Mm-hmm. There's
Rogue.
nothing about it? okay.
Not immediately. It's not its turn.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'm gonna poke this guy.
Okay, Rogue.
Remember, you get
And
advantage.
Bob is directly across it. Can I get advantage?
You can
Oh
get
no,
advantage.
you get advantage anyway because of the shadow thing that's still attacking it.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, fuck yeah. That's gonna be a 10 to hit.
You go to stab this thing, and your your sword and your whole arm, as you're so close to it, just like as you're shooting, they just stretch out around it all the way like a circle and begin to like loop around it, and you freak out and pull your arm back.
It's not supposed to be like
you
that,
are-
Rogue.
You're a little perturbed by that.
Well, fuck.
Wait, what's...
I was
Does it
not
have a...
expecting this to go this
Wait,
way.
just had a side question. Does it have
What?
any disadvantage on any type of rolls?
No, but it has very bad stats.
Okay.
I would not like to be sucked into the portal of hell of this.
You
So
sense
I
this
will-
thing's constitution is its highest stat, and it's not very high.
I will bonus action disengage,
Okay.
and I'm gonna sneak away. Because I can always come in and attack it again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. You dart behind
I
the
am
wall. You
Fairly
can't.
low on health.
You can probably barely see it anymore. Yeah, you can just barely see it.
kinda.
Nick can just barely see you. Okay.
Jesus, man.
But there's also
Um,
like 2 people.
It's look,
by it.
okay, if I get hit, I die, okay?
I believe Bob, you watch Rogue fail to stab
I-
this thing, look a little perturbed, and take off running.
You're really enjoying Perturbed tonight.
Robert
aren't
It's
you?
Screams.
perturbing.
Why?
What?
I could not understand a single thing you said.
I said Robert screams, bruh, why?
I
Oh no.
Oh no.
Alright, anyway. I'm going to stab this thing with advantage
Okay.
with my rapier.
Yes.
Okay.
13 to hit.
Okay, so it already made Rogue miss it, so you hit it.
Alright. I'm also activating Fury of the Small for plus
Ah.
3 damage.
Nice.
Hey, small
my
boy.
I believe you
Well,
can do
that's
that with spell damage too, just so you're aware.
No, I'm aware. I can only do it once every short rest.
Yeah, okay.
So. So it takes 11 damage.
Nice.
That's
Lot of
big
damage.
damage.
That's big damage.
And then I use my Goblin Racial ability to use my bonus action to disengage.
Hey!
and
Yes.
Move this way.
I'll just like just walking around it.
I mean, it's gonna run straight for you because you did the light thing. I hope
Yeah,
you realize.
Miz-
well, no, I rolled it. If anything, it would go like right here because
We'll
I
see.
did it right there.
That's fair.
All
right.
Miz's turn starts. She.
Wait, doesn't fire create light?
Yeah, there's fire here and it's creating light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if Miza were to do a
That's
fire
actually
attack on
magma.
it, it would
It
make
creates
light.
some light. It's not like the crazy amount of blinding light that yours is creating, though.
Fair enough.
Miza is going to go ahead and use another one of her meteors, and she's gonna hit. Her cultist has resistance. She's gonna hit you in the devoid, Roxanne. Could you make me a dexterity saving throw?
I mean, it still takes damage on
He still instantly fails the death save, but
I
she looks like
five.
she's an asshole. So
Yeah, she does. I got a 5.
okay,
All my good rolls are gone now.
you're both gonna go ahead and take 7 damage. This creature looks like it's on its last lump.
Seven.
It's not looking too good. And then Miza is going to.
At the start of its turn, doesn't it take 1d6 damage from the...
Yeah.
does actually.
Oh, no. Okay.
So it might not even get a turn.
Bob gets final hit.
Miza
Oh,
looks upsetty spaghetti. And since this thing looks like it's about to die, she wants to.
Run away.
No, she wants to deal with all of you. She's gonna move here and shoot another Agonizer's Scorcher, hitting Roxanne and the Devoid. Could both of you make a dex save?
Does Agonar's Scorcher require an attack roll, or is it just like an area attack?
Okay.
It's an area of effect. It's just a column
Okay.
of fire.
I got an 8. I'm probably dead here.
Oh god, I don't have any healing spells left.
No, Roxanne did not use a healing spell on themselves, so...
Not yet.
Okay,
Maybe not
that's
ever.
gonna be 14 damage to both of you.
Okay.
Are you unconscious, Roxanne, from that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Roxanne, you suddenly feel a column of flame
Is
shoot
it that-
through you,
Fish.
and suddenly both this void creature and Roxanne are unconscious in the middle of the room.
The cultist die?
Yeah, the cultist dies from that. He's dead.
Jesus.
Miza is looking at all of this and just.
Alright, is Mrs. turn gonna end?
She just looks at both of you and says, "Get out of my house."
Killer.
Murder time.
That
We need at least
is
unconscious her.
her turn. Rogue.
How many spells do you got left? Oh, you
Yeah.
have 0.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm the only one with spells left, and I'm
Um,
unconscious.
Oh, the Devoid's turn happens. I have to roll for its structural
What,
integrity.
it died?
I have to roll for its structural integrity because it could die. Yeah, like if it dies. Okay. You don't want to know what happens. Anyway, that's its turn. Next up, Rogue. Yeah.
Bob, do I kill Mizza?
I mean, she's kind of in your way.
I need your
She
counsel.
is wreathed in flames and looks like if you stab her, she will take damage. Be aware.
Was there any way that he can, like, stabilize me?
Yeah, he can run up and try to stabilize.
Yeah, I
Stabilize you.
can try to stabilize you on my turn.
Yeah, she still has Armor of Agathis. Armor of Fire.
You would know
Duration
range
of Armor of Agathis.
an hour, I believe. It might be less, but she.
Is that contingent on concentration?
No. Armor of Agathis isn't concentration.
Rogue, just get in our way so that Bob can heal me.
Rogue, you got 6 seconds.
No,
You
I'm
watch
reading.
Roxanne's down.
Other people take a lot of time, so let me take some time. I'm not.
There will be
no doing his time in this makeup.
I'm not special. I'm
He's
not
doing his
special. You don't
makeup
just
right
get a.
now.
You are
Okay.
special.
You are. You're his brother. He
Is
gets to
there-
bully you.
But other people like to go, and you're just standing there.
I'm reading. Okay.
Rogue is reading.
I'll tell you what.
He
I
just pulled out a
your
book. guys.
lead, Rogue.
I don't know if I can one-shot her, and that's the only way I can get out.
Well,
All right,
you could
she
make-
says get out. I don't want to. Honestly, if she's saying get out, I'm just gonna be like, sure, and I'm gonna bonus action.
Are you lying or
dash
telling
over
the
here.
truth when you say that?
I am
That's-
telling the truth. I am planning
Okay.
on leaving.
Well, you go over to like
the
me.
no
and, like,
deception check.
Yes,
try
I go over
use
to
your-
you and I try to. A what check?
No deception
Persuasion?
check because you're not lying.
Okay. So I'm going to go and make a medicine check on Roxanne.
Okay.
That's going to be a 17.
Okay, Roxanne, you are stable. You're
How
not-
much
you're
do
not
you
dying.
weigh, Roxanne?
What?
How much do you weigh?
You're not back at 1. You're just not dying, Roxanne.
Okay. I weigh. I don't know where my weight is.
it should be under.
Roxanne, are you wearing any
description
armor?
versus-
That's the
I'm
important
wearing
thing.
nothing. They stole everything from me.
Rogue, you are able to lift Roxanne. You'd be half movement, but you're able to pick her up.
Okay, I'll pick her up and start walking towards Bob, saying, "Yeah, let's get out of here. Better left than not." Oh, Miza, one question. I know you probably don't like us right now, but where's Roxanne's things? I'd just like to grab those.
She's just like looking at all of this angrily.
Hey, we helped you with the devoid. It's important.
Make
to,
a
you know, pay
persuasion
back.
check with disadvantage.
I just like the tip tappy of the.
So that's gonna be 12.
She just says, "Outside the cell, get out."
Thank you. All right, let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Hold on. Bob's gonna be like, all right, just one more question before we leave, and then we'll be out of your hair. I promise. Are you responsible for the trees?
What
we
a
did kind of need to
question.
solve that.
What?
Make another persuasion check.
I'd like to help him
Is
with
this
my.
what
We did kind of need to know that.
Well, hold up. First off, I've got a thing that which makes my persuasion a minimum of 18, regardless of what goes down.
That's impressive.
And then yeah. But anyway, so roll at disadvantage again.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm
well,
helping you,
No,
so
not disadvantage for this one. This
advantage
isn't like this isn't you
So-
like actively asking about something that she's expecting.
Okay, yeah, 18 is the minimum I can roll. So
She just looks and says, "What do you think?"
Yep,
As she's
yep,
just looking
okay.
around, you get the feeling she might have been trying to do these summoning things, and this might be her second fuck up. You remember her earlier saying, "I've failed again," as opposed to just "I've failed," when she
All right.
stabbed
Fair.
the
Well,
thing.
Bob, we don't want to keep a lady waiting. Let's get on out of
hold
here.
on. If you
Okay.
stop these, look, if you stop these summoning attempts, we promise we won't come back. Deal?
She looks
That's
at you
a lot
like
to ask.
very angry. I'm gonna say like Rogue's turn's happening, Bob, your turn's happening as this is going on.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say there's a couple things. One, with this door like flapped open, you can hear again this book like rattling, and she's like looking around the room, like angry at this void creature having been summoned instead of what she wanted, and she is just like, she just looks pissed at everything, and she literally just like begins to walk towards you guys as you're talking about that, just not saying anything.
Well, I'm gonna
Do I
continue
at
walking
least
up.
get a persuasion check?
We know it was an 18 before. I'm just gonna say your general persuasion for this conversation was pretty good. She doesn't appear to be like actually answering you anymore. She looks like pissed about something.
All right. Well, let's.
Hey, grab our legs. Grab our legs. We can get out at full movement if you do that.
Bob grabs her legs.
All right, let's go.
You guys like start to walk out, and you're like moving at half speed, and Misa just like rushes into her like what looked like her room angrily, and you hear shut up, and like it sounds like she's like shaking something, probably the book, and she just goes, I don't need you anymore. And you hear a like burst of flames.
The
and,
final melts minute meteor.
You guys hear
We're
a
gonna have to fight a second boss, aren't we?
Not if we get out of
you
here fast
guys
enough.
hear this like pleading shriek of pain in your minds almost. Roxanne, you even feel it. Like just this like telepathic just like spray into the universe of begging for help.
Oh God! I feel
As
bad
you
for
are
the-
leaving.
I think we need to help it, Rogue.
Nah, no.
Okay, but
Just get me
you
unconscious
can
first, and I
one-shot
can.
me.
I just get me unconscious.
We can't roll a d4.
Roll
a D4.
Roxanne,
Alright.
I would let you roll 3 death saves, and if you roll a d20 on any of them, you can get up.
I rolled a 1 on the D4.
Oh, I was talking
I
about
do for
Roxanne because that's
Okay.
the amount of hours it would take before Roxanne wakes up with 1 hit point.
Roxanne, I would let you roll 3 d20s, and if you roll a natural 20 on any of them, you can wake up with 1 hit point. Because you're being dragged and you're making death saves, but you've been stabilized.
I got a nat.
Oh my god!
Okay.
I got a nat one.
So
nat-
you guys are feeling this like you guys are feeling this sensation in your mind, like something is begging you for help, and being burned alive as you're leaving, and you're dragging Roxanne out slowly, and as you make it around, Roxanne suddenly her eyes
Wakes
open
up
and
being held.
she wakes up being like her legs held by Bob,
Arms
front
held
half
by
held by
Rogue.
Rogue. You guys,
Hi, welcome back to the land of the living.
What, thank you,
Roxanne,
like-
you wake up like half like being dragged, half lifted into the air. Your head like
Is my
leaning
stuff back
backwards.
now?
Your head is looking at your stuff, which is laying next to this chair.
I would like to grab it.
Is this where we
Um,
would have heard the cry of pain?
You guys have been hearing it since you like started walking away, since she started burning this.
Oh well,
book
we
as you
would
were
have stopped
leaving.
moving at that point, or at least
Um,
Bob would have.
Okay. So yeah, somewhere around here, because you had like 15 plus 15. Yeah, so about here somewhere.
Okay.
You guys like stop hearing that and are like looking at each other like we don't know what that is, but it's begging us for help.
Yeah. All right. Can I cast cure wounds on myself?
We're gonna. So Misa used her turn to attack. You two carried stuff around. We will loop back around and start back up at Roxanne. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to cure wounds on myself.
We're still going with
Initiative.
I got 8.
That's not an
initiative
upcast though. That's a normal cast.
We went
That
around
was-
one, so I need to make a death
that was
save for
me,
the
you know.
devoid. Okay.
Miza walks out and just gets just gets dragged into the negative energy plane with the devoid.
Roxanne,
I'm
yeah,
at-
your turn goes. So
I'm at 9 HP now.
okay, you can gather your stuff. You can't put on anything, but there's your bag with your stuff in it. So if you
Oh,
want
yeah,
to
no,
grab
I'd-
your tools and have a spellcasting focus, you can do that.
Bob.
Yeah. So no leather, but I can
What
equip
your
my
call.
weapons and stuff.
Yeah, you can get your weapons, but you can't put on your armor unless you want to take a full
Alright.
minute to do it.
I'm ready to go attack this evil fire tree witch. She's killed a friend of mine.
Roxanne, make a stealth check as you are like waking up and talking to see if you're feeling stealthy about your speaking about this.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do it in a whisper. Like, I
Yeah.
kind of want to go get this evil fire tree witch. You said stealth.
Yeah. Could I have all 3 of you make a stealth check
Got
actually?
a 4.
Like I think you would realize if you're changing heart that this is
I got a 17.
okay. Rob.
I got a 4.
I got a 10.
Okay.
We're not
Roxanne
stealthy.
Roxanne like wakes up and you begin like chanting arcane stuff to heal yourself as you're leaving. and you guys start to whisper amongst yourselves. You don't know if she can hear you over the crackling noise and the like shrieking psychic energy that's coming out from around her.
I want to kill this fire tree witch. She caused these trees to come up. She killed Aki-chan. She kidnapped me twice, although that may not have been her doing. She almost killed me.
Is your turn over, Roxanne?
Oh yeah. Wait. If
You could save your movement if you'd like.
Oh yeah.
That way,
if we all move, if we all decide to go like attacker, I'll like.
You'll move on yours. Okay.
Yeah.
Bob, what's the call?
I really hate that you defer to me constantly, Rogue, but
You're the
I
father figure here.
believe that it is important to hear everyone out. Roxanne has made it very clear that they want to
It's
attack.
clear as glass.
What is your thoughts on this?
fuck it, let's knife her. That book needs
Alright.
help. I don't know
And
anything that's going to scream in pain.
and
and beg
I
for
am
help like
going
that needs
to,
help.
and in hearing you say that, I'm just going to weave my way around here just 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, walking in this door.
Are you trying to be stealthy? Like,
Yes.
as in sneak up on her? Okay, so you'll probably have to bonus action, like,
Well, I've
hide.
already bonus action dashed.
Okay, so
So
I think you're gonna have to make
it doesn't matter if I'm stealthy or not, because I can walk up to her and still get.
Yeah,
I'm a swashbuckler.
I think you're still, whether or not she notices you is important, because I want to know whether or not she's going to, because she's part wizard, use shield. So could you make a competing stealth against her perception check?
Sure.
Okay, and I'm gonna give her disadvantage because she's in the process of immolating a book and not paying attention to anything else.
All right.
Okay.
That's gonna be 23.
Okay. You feel that she is not paying attention to you.
All right. 5, 10, right to the back of the neck.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attacks with advantage.
So it's gonna be a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
All the dice are being rolled.
15 damage.
Okay, you'd be aware you're gonna take fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
So
But I assume that Bob and Roxanne
Yeah.
can get in.
you
Oh no, I'm gonna follow up afterwards.
you see the flames around her. Actually, she was close to this thing trying to stop her, so she might have taken enough psychic damage to reduce her armor of Agathis already. So I'm gonna roll that. So she's taken a D4. So if I roll a 4, you're not taking fire damage. I rolled a 4. Okay. So her armor of Agathis has actually disappeared,
That's
and
fantastic.
as you are stabbing her, is waning away. So
And I just come up, stab right in
you
the neck.
stab her. Okay. She isn't bloodied, but you stab like through the back of her neck. She just goes. "Ah."
Do you believe you?
You can just see these flames.
believe yourself to be invincible? Nobody is.
She's
I'm about to
coughing.
die next
You just
turn.
see blood coughing out of her as she
Since I got her
snarls
neck,
back at you.
does that mean that she can't use verbal components?
No.
I did roll a 24
but
to hit.
I'll have her make a very low con save, and if she fails it, she doesn't get verbal components next turn. She got an at 20, so
Okay, fair enough. That's fair. That's fair.
so she's still got verbal components.
It's like, oh, you're still talking. All right. fair enough.
Roxanne, you can
You know,
run
I
up with
tried to
your
go for the neck.
reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to go up and help
She got
Bob.
30 feet,
I
and
did not mean to move there, but that's not the button I wanted. That's the button I wanted. It's scummy. It's alright. that one.
so
Okay.
there is a book on the
There.
table. The table itself is covered in scorch marks, and then on top
Would
of
I-
that, the book itself is
I
on
was
fire.
about to ask for
So-
advantage from the book, but no, that's stupid.
No, the book is on fire though, so that's a thing. And
Anybody
Bob.
know the gust spell?
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see.
Bonus action dash, maybe?
I don't have bonus action dash,
Well,
unfortunately.
Well, he probably can.
Oh, you can still
the
shoot
goblin?
through the door.
Yeah,
oh, it's
I can
bonus
still.
action. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's bonus action disengage or hide for the goblin.
You're right, you're right.
Ah, so not as good as the rogue's cunning action.
And
barely.
I will throw a card at Miza.
Okay.
Please blind, please blind, please blind.
If
Please
it doesn't
Wait,
blind,
hold
I
on.
can blind.
Yeah, but Mizzle will get an attack on me.
Oh, fair enough.
Though I am within 5 feet, so ranged spell attacks will have disadvantage.
21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
I don't even think she can shield from that, but I should check. No, she can't.
Okay.
What do you think the wizard would have higher of a con, dexterity, or no?
You can make an
All
insight
right.
check on her if you want to try
This
to
is
Yeah.
green, so this
suss
is going
her
to be
out.
poison damage.
Okay.
I got a 7.
How much you doing?
I don't think I know much.
She takes 7 poison damage.
Okay.
Big damage Bob! Big damage Bob!
She looks not bloodied, but just barely above it. As you
So let's see, I did 15, so that is...
you hit
23,
her.
23, so she has 55 HP probably. Which
She
means
looks
that
around-
There is the possibility that I could down.
Okay, is that her turn?
Oh, yeah,
that
sorry. I forgot
Bobber's
to
turn?
arrow. There we go.
It's okay, just making sure. She looks around and says, I'm going to kill all of you.
It's very possible.
I'm
not...
Oh, so she needs to make some con saves for whether or not she still has her last meteor. She failed, so she does not.
Just killed a woman feeling Gog.
She's not.
That was the perfect response.
She don't got her last meteor to throw.
I don't have enough HP to survive an Agonizer Scorcher, is the problem.
Don't worry, I'll just come in here, wound you, and you
Oh,
just
wait.
pop back up, and then you just stab her.
That is true. On your turn, if you Cure Wounds me, I get my full turn, which is good. The problem is
she's
when the
gonna go
healer's at,
ahead
like,
and
The middle and not the bottom or the top of the...
yeah, she's got an ability she could use. Can't remember what it is yet.
Well, you're not trying to remember it, you're trying to look it up.
Yeah.
Cheating bitch.
Imagine reading during the middle of the game.
Okay,
I do that,
she
it's
is
fine.
going to, as she sees all this, she takes the like scaled gray cloak on her back. She takes it, she wraps it around herself and disappears.
What?
Invisible.
You see,
So I can still attack with disadvantage.
You see, she suddenly
Can I do an
disappears.
arcane check?
You feel like movement, and you hear movement in the room as she begins to move through it. She tries to leave your space, Rogue, so you can try to disadvantage stab her as she's doing it, but you don't know.
Why not?
You
Why
don't
not?
know
It's-
where she is. Actually, yeah. So you can guess as
I
to
do
which
my spin
direction
blade-
she moves.
Spin blade move. I have to guess it?
Yeah, you've got to guess at which direction she goes, because otherwise, like, you got to guess what square she moves into to leave your space, or else you're just you're stabbing at nothing.
Well, I'm stabbing to the sound of her footprints. Are her footprints
Her footprints
silent?
seem to move this way somewhere.
Okay,
so
then
she
I'm going to
was
stab
here.
in that direction.
Okay, so go ahead and make a stab at disadvantage.
Alright. +6. That's going to be
Oh, shit!
24 to hit.
It's at disadvantage though, so yeah, so no nat 20.
Yes,
But yeah,
24 to hit.
you stab her as she is leaving.
It's like, you can't get away from me, you fire tree witch. FTW.
You get your sneak attack.
Yep, 14 damage.
Okay. You hear her go as you stab into her
Hey, I
back.
got her!
She moves out. This door opens and then closes.
Oh, the door we just went through?
No, this
Is that
door.
where? Oh, that door. Okay.
Over here.
The
Yeah.
door across the way into what looks like a bathroom. You hear. Actually, no, you don't, because she already used her action. Okay. That's Mrs. Turn.
When you use your action to cast invisibility, but with a cloak. Fucking shit-ass cloak.
Roxanne.
That would be 5, 10, 15. Do I have to go around this chest?
Yeah, it makes up the space of that area.
Right. 5, 10, 15,
Burning book
20,
and
25,
door just closed.
30. Oh my gosh, that chest made it so much painful. I wanted to go through this door.
Well, you can go 5, 10, 15, 20.
Can I
25,
use my
30.
action
Yeah, you can
to
do that.
extinguish the book?
I can go through the door.
Well, you can make it to the door. You could open it.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to. Would that require an action?
Interaction. You can just.
Okay, I would like to open the door and cast Detect Magic to find her.
Okay.
Detect magic.
So detect magic can't see specifically invisible things.
It says you sense the presence of magic within.
Yes,
30
but look
it
at the
says
bottom of the
visible when it notes what you
Oh,
can see.
but-
So when
but
you
I can
use
still
detect
see, like,
magic,
the
you
area.
have to then subsequently use your action to actually see the aura, and it specifically specifies visible things. So if
okay.
something's hidden
No,
or
invisible
invisible, you
things.
Wait,
can't
we-
see
wait, how
it.
big is this?
We've
map,
already
though?
had a lot
Oh,
of
wait,
talking
wait.
persons
However-
about detect magic and see
however-
invisibility.
If there's anything else magical in the room besides the visible things or
Never
the
mind.
invisible things, you'd
I
see
have a
it.
different
But
idea.
Just explode the room, fireball.
Well, I guess that also works. I would like to use stone grenade of metamorphic to throw into the room. She must make a dexterity saving throw.
yes, she is in the room. So
I'll throw
let's
it
do
in
that.
the very middle, so it covers the whole entire
Okay.
room.
She got 2. So that's
What
a
does that
4 in
do?
total.
Did 3 damage to her.
Okay, you throw your rock in there and it
She's got about maybe
breaks
6 HP
apart.
left.
How did you do that? Are you cheating?
I'm
what?
counting. You know how people count cards? I count HP.
Wait, how much HP
Tegan's
is she at?
cheating. She's at like
You
6-ish.
said she
you'd
was. You
guess.
said she was right. I
You
did
see
22 damage to her.
you
said she
see,
was
like,
right
the rocks
above
pelt,
half health. That means she
and,
has 23
they
health
all,
left,
like,
meaning she has
stop
55
as they
health in
pelt.
total, which means
It's
we've
okay,
done-
Tegan. It's okay.
I was doing the counting. We've done
All right,
49
guys.
damage. I was
Roxanne, you
explaining
see
that
like
wasn't
a
cheating.
section,
I'm
a
just
human-shaped
counting.
like section of rock stops and like is pelted into, and
So
then
it
she is.
reveals her location.
For
kinda,
that moment, it reveals she is on this square.
right here in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's your bonus action and action to do that.
Yeah, I'm just
so...
gonna stay here so she can't leave.
Okay. Rogue. Book is burning. Miz is up here.
I tell them I saw her.
What you
She was
doing?
in this square. She was in this square. Rogue.
She's right in front of you, Roxanne. Yeah.
She's right in front of me, Rogue. Right here at a point right where it is.
Should I help the book or attack her?
You
Well,
feel
I'll get the
like
book.
this book is continuing to be on fire. The
Bob,
straps
take the
around
book.
it are gone, and it is just like
Let Bob take
writhing
care of the
it
book.
on
You-
fire
you-
on the ground.
All
or on the
Rogue,
table.
let Bob take care of the book. We can
5,
stab her.
10, 15, 20. I'm gonna stab in this square.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack roll with disadvantage.
Okay, so that's gonna be a. Oh wait, what the fuck?
How did you
That's
get a
gonna
zero?
be a magic
That-
number.
Okay, so that's a 12 to hit.
Okay, you stab through the air and don't connect.
All right. Well, it doesn't look like there's a lot of escapes over here.
I don't think she can escape unless she like flushes herself down the toilet, which she might do.
It doesn't look like that kind of toilet.
Okay.
Do I?
Is there like a ceiling? Like any escape in the ceiling?
Not that you can see. You'd have to make like an investigation or perception check to try to figure out.
Hey, Rogue,
Yeah.
can you see if there's any escapes?
Yeah, I got that. All right, I'll walk in here and just kind of look around. I
Okay,
guess.
you push into the space and are looking around. Could you make me
I
an
was like, you're gonna-
investigation check?
You're gonna leave her threatened area if you move out of here.
She can't make attack of opportunities against me because of my special stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I've
Rogue's
made
an
attack action
asshole.
against it. I
Um,
am. Investigation check. All right. Nat 1.
Okay. There is clearly a lever on this wall right here. You don't know what it does, but there is clearly a lever out of place on this wall right here.
I pull it.
Okay.
Why would you pull it,
I
bro?
use my interaction pull it. Why not?
Just guard it. Just guard the lever.
You pulled it. The hidden door on this wall
Oh, perfect.
opens.
If she tries to leave, I get to hurt her.
And you can
Just
see
stand in her way.
into what
Just
looks
stand
like the
in her
rest
way.
of the bathroom and the exit of this building.
Just stand in her way, rogue.
I can't cover 2 door spaces.
Oh, it's 2 doors? Okay.
Look at it.
2 doors down. Roxanne
Alright,
can't
well-
really see it very well.
Also,
Anyway,
I'm out of movement.
whose turn does that make it, Bob?
make
Yeah,
it
once the
Bob
arrow passes.
Yeah,
Nissa
Rogue.
had a 12. In
Rogue,
the...
hit the arrow.
Oh, sorry.
Boblin.
Bob is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 5. And start. He's gonna yank his clothing out of his backpack and use that to smother the flames on
Okay.
the book.
You
Sorry.
use your
It's
action.
okay,
and-
buddy. It's okay. It's okay. We're here now.
Bob, you connect with this book. As you are touching it and like putting out the fire, you feel like almost like time itself slows for a second, and you experience this connection with the book suddenly as you feel suddenly you feel like visions in your head. It's not words, but this like very vague, almost like you're looking at it through like a film lens or something. This vague reflection of like just like a happy like growing up in a city with a having like a pet with you, and then you sense just a like a fireplace and just a nice warm fire next to like a big library and a little book sitting on a table, and for a moment you think like a dog bed, but it's a little bit weird to be a dog bed because it's full of like leaves and sticks, and just a sense of like overall calm. And then there is just a slow deterioration of this into an obsession with fire, with freeing this creature, and you sense some sort of argument, and finally like a stowing away, a binding of this book or whatever is in it. And the book is just, as this happens, you sense just this fear and a slightly different desire of freedom from this book. Like, instead of obsession, just like disappointment almost, like their friend has gone down a path that they don't understand, and they have wanted they've wanted just like a normal happy life, but instead they've gotten this, and you sense that from as you're putting out the flames on the book.
Okay, Bob's gonna do his best to like kind of return the feeling of like calm and safety. Like, it's okay, we're here now, we'll help you.
Comforted it like a
Okay,
baby.
could you make me a persuasion check? Yeah, as you are.
Is it a minimum of 18?
It is.
Yeah, so you go ahead and make it though, because you can nat 20.
I got 21 total.
You feel as you reach out to this book, it reaches back, and there is some sort of magical connection. Not necessarily attunement, but there is some sort of magical connection with this book that you could form as you're touching it. And you can choose whether or not to let the book actually, like, magically interact with you, if you want.
You know what? I think that since this thing was screaming out for help and it needs support, and Robert, as gruff as he is sometimes,
As a support character.
is actually has a weakness for people in need, which is why Roxanne hasn't died thus far.
I'm just a 1 HP warrior, what can I say?
He would accept this connection.
Okay.
He would-
go ahead and add the Book of Bear to your inventory.
Bear.
B-E-A-R.
Book of Bear. Okay.
Book
give me a
of
second.
Bear.
Bear.
It's not a sex
Bear.
thing. It's just a... The bindings on this book are kind of broken as well from the fire, and you find as you're putting out the fire and otherwise, the book sort of purposely opens itself, and you can see this beautiful cover on it that's now revealed is just this like pearl inlaid design of different animals and just beautiful filigrees. And you are holding this book, and you feel a connection with it now, like it's hanging out with you.
Oh, nice. Awesome. All right.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
this book is friendly.
Yeah, I
Hey.
can tell.
That'd be good.
But we still need to kill Miza.
Kill is such a strong word. Let's
Sorry, we still need to detain Miza.
better.
Okay, I guess with that in mind, is that your turn, Bob?
Yeah, that would be my
Yeah, that's actually a
action.
really good book.
Okay.
Jeez.
See, I used some of my movement. I'll probably use an interaction to actually put the book safely in my backpack.
Okay,
Give it
you
some shelter.
stow it away. You can see its burned edges now safely guarded in your backpack. And I guess that brings us to Miza.
Probably just runs away like the little fish she is.
Oh, dude, this book is sick.
Yeah, no, I
Bear.
was looking at it as well. I was like, dang.
This is awesome.
Bear.
I need to give you a pearl. I have like 6 of them.
I don't need the pearl. That's the reason for the book. I just need to learn to
Oh.
identify.
Rogue, you sense shuffling around in the room,
All right.
and then a column of flames erupts from this corner and shoots out at you and Roxanne. Could you
Oh,
both
God
make me
damn it.
dex saving throws? You would also notice that the invisibility does not end on Miza as she does that.
I got a 21. I'm gonna steal that cloak.
I got a 10.
Okay. Roxanne, you succeed. Rogue, you fail.
Mhm.
That is her last Agonizer's Scorcher. Let's do some damage.
As long as Rogue stays alive, I have a plan. If Rogue dies, I also have a plan.
That is going to be 21 fire damage.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Reduced to 10 for you, Roxanne.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh my gosh. We're both unconscious.
Bob, you
Motherfucker.
are experiencing this with the book, and suddenly a column of
Knew
flames
it. I told
blaze
you.
out.
One more Agonizer Scorcher can get me down.
And you see it also collides with this chest, and the chest springs open, showing. There's some stuff in there. Give me a sec while I look up all the
Health
stuff. that it
potion
is.
number 9.
There is a.
It'd be very plot convenient if there was some health. healing
There
in there.
do look like there are some red potions in there. You don't know if they're healing potions, but you could risk it. And there is also there is a scroll. So there's a scroll in there that's like tightly bound in the box. It looks like there's some gold pieces. There's some just normal clothes, an extra, just a normal looking wand, and there are 3 potion bottles with a red liquid in them.
Well, all right. Let's see. So would feeding one of those to someone be a bonus action?
Feeding it to someone else, I'm going to say, is an action, but taking it yourself would be a bonus action.
Okay.
Firstly, you hear someone run. You hear like movement as someone starts
Runs
moving away.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like they get too far because it sounds like they've already been moving around in the room a lot. Let's have a death save from Roxanne and Rogue.
Oh, I
Wait,
just rolled a
what?
D20,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yep.
Almost rolled a D2. I got a 3. I failed.
Okay, so
Oh,
you
no.
fail one of your death saves.
All right, my turn. By the dice gods.
Oh,
One.
So you failed 2 of your death saves, Rogue.
Fuck you, dice gods. What did I ever do to you, assholes?
Bob, you hear Rogue like collapse to the ground, and just this like burning, crackling noise, like Rogue is
okay.
on the ground now.
I get
Oh,
Rogue first.
this is not good. Okay, so. Alright. So I move to the chest.
Okay.
I grab 2 of the potions.
Okay.
Can I do that as an interaction to grab 2
Yeah,
of
you
them?
can grab
Yeah,
the
okay.
stuff in the chest as an interaction. Just
Alright. And then first action. Stuff one down Roxanne's gullet.
okay, Roxanne. Go ahead and roll your. It's a normal healing potion.
So
I don't ask for much, dice.
I don't
god.
know what is a heal potion.
You
Just a
asked for a
natural
lot,
20
dice gods.
every time. Just
I
a
don't-
natural
what-
20
what-
every
what's
time.
What's a healing pot? I don't know.
Healing
Top of
potion.
my head.
I believe it's a D4 plus 1, or
hold
2D
on,
2D4
let me
plus
see.
2. 2D4 plus 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Roll 2d4 plus 2. 5.
5 healing boys. Roxanne,
Okay.
you come back alive.
Roxanne, take this other potion and get it to Rogue.
Okay, wait. Yeah, that would be better. I was thinking
Or
healing.
bring him up with a spell, one of the two. Like,
Wow.
heal Rogue!
Yeah, 1 second. Let me think about this.
Roxanne goes, 1 second. Let
I'm
me
just
think."
sitting here with the most
No,
this is
that's
fine face right
There's
Okay.
now.
no time. Bob, do you have any bonus action stuff?
Only to disengage or hide, and I think I'll actually probably use 1 movement here in case there's another Agonar Scorcher that comes.
Oh,
Okay.
you used your last one.
She's
We don't know that.
Yeah, she's done a lot of
Right.
spells. She's a
Wait,
spell
do I
like woman.
get to go heal? Do I?
Yeah.
Miss
Um,
has a turn, right?
Mrs. Turn
Oh yeah.
I forgot to
after
hit the button,
Bob's.
sorry.
It's okay. Mrs. Turn starts. You. Well, yeah, she's just gonna go ahead and.
Do I mention how the void monster should
you
be
hear
taking
her-
his rolls?
Oh yeah, he should do that. I'll do that too. But you hear
We're not near it, so it's
movement
fine.
away from you again, and it sounds like Miza casts a spell on herself, and you hear just this momentary whip of fire as
Oh.
you think she probably put another agonizer scorcher, or not armor of Agathis on
Armor of
herself.
Agathis.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just
Um,
glad she didn't have fucking. What's the one where you can use a reaction to kill someone?
Oh, she did. She just didn't have her. She didn't know you were there, right? So she didn't
Roxanne,
use reactions.
You're
on
using up a lot of movement doing
So,
that. I'm just saying.
I just keep
Roxanne,
running back and forth.
Bob wakes you up. You use 15 feet to stand up and go over to
Another
Rogue.
15 to give Rogue a heal pot that
Go up
that
and-
Bob gave me.
2d4 plus 2. Plus 2.
And that's an action, right?
Yeah, so use your action to do that.
Okay. Then, wait, did this happen? Oh no, that's an action. Okay, then I'll just prepare a stone grenade.
Okay. So you enchant a stone grenade and go ahead and roll 2d4 to get that,
Can
that
I
boy.
give him? If I prepare a
wanna roll it,
stone
Tegan?
grenade, can I give it to someone?
Yes. If you want to
Alright,
give it
guess
to
I'll
Rogue
roll
to
it.
throw.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 5 HP.
Okay.
I am no longer dead.
I'm just
Oh
thinking
my
of which
god!
stone I should give him. Wait, if she is
Just coughing up.
I'm just
smoke.
yeah,
counting.
I'll give him a metamorphic one.
Okay.
I'll give him a metamorphic stone
So
grenade.
Rogue, you
The fuck is this?
are back conscious, and Roxanne
those
is handing
boom
you a
booms?
grenade and telling you to throw it.
Yeah, you know those boom boom stones that I keep throwing?
I can try.
Yeah, just get her with that. Just chuck
Where
it at her.
is she?
You can
a good
hear
question.
movement of someone like running, not like action running because they cast a spell, but moving this way. So
don't they have to open the door?
you'd
as well
think
in front
this
of
is
us?
a cloth door.
Okay.
It's like a
well,
cloth like room, and
Did they move?
uh,
Did they open it?
you sense probably about 30 feet of movement. If either of you want to use, I'd say at least a bonus action to make a perception check to see if like you can suss out where she is in the room.
Yeah. I'll
Sus.
try it. I got a 14 on mine. I guess Rogue
Well,
probably
it's not
can
my
do it.
turn.
Well, it's
not my
Rogue.
turn
You
yet.
already used your bonus action, so I think that'd be Rogue then.
Yeah.
All
Rogue,
right,
if
well,
you
I
want
gotta,
to-
I gotta suss out this.
If you want to
Yeah,
suss
can
this.
I give him? Can I help him too? Looking.
Help is an
Unfortunately, no.
action.
You've got you did a bunch of things on your turn already.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an 18.
Okay, Rogue. You stand up, are looking around. You see, there is like a faltering of this curtain as if it's been opened.
And I want to pitch that grenade.
Yeah,
Actually,
and it
wait.
looks like there
wait.
is a step as you're looking on the edge of the curtain, like
Oh,
here, like
if
she
I throw
moves
this,
onto
it's
this
just gonna be
square.
saving throw. If I do a short bow, it's gonna be at disadvantage. So yeah, this will be better. Saving throw.
Well, yeah, and then it's also
Alright,
an
I'm gonna
AOE too.
Pitch this where I think she is.
Okay, you pitch the
Wait,
rocket.
If he chucks the rock at her, does he get to have to do a rock?
No,
damage
he
and then-
chooses a location to throw the rock to, and then
Okay.
and then he deals your. So what's the save, Roxanne?
13.
Okay, so
What's the type? Dex?
It said save DC.
Okay, but what's the type of
Oh,
save
sorry, I
DC?
just
it's
realized-
specified
I
in the
just-
spell what they
Sorry,
need
I
to do.
forgot about that part. It's dexterity saving throw.
Okay, there we go.
So she got a 1 as she's running. You see,
Oh.
like she looks. Well, you don't see her look around, but it's like she looks around to see you two getting back up, and she trips on this curtain for a second, and go ahead and roll damage, Rogue. How much damage
What's
is
the damage
you
on
rolling?
this?
It was a D4. Yeah, well,
We're
1.
supposed to roll the
Oh, it's
damage,
Rogue's
Roxanne.
turn. Rogue roll through it. Roxanne.
Oh, okay.
Roxanne.
A D4 of damage.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's gonna be 4 damage.
That's much better.
Okay.
Yeah, it was rogue turns. Yeah, totally.
Okay. She's still up because she got that fire on her. You see some of the fire dissipate, but she's probably got more. You would wager.
So that's my
And-
action to pitch that?
Yeah, so you pitch the rock, you still got a bonus action and movement. You got 15
No, I
feet
bonus
movement.
action sussed her out.
You're right, you got 15 feet of movement.
Alright, well, she's at this curtain, so I'm gonna want to be able to see which way she goes from that curtain. So I'm gonna get a more advantageous position to see which way she's going
Okay.
from that curtain. Because that is 18 perception. That's a high
Okay.
perception.
Bob.
All right. Item interaction to grab the last healing potion.
Yeah, you used interaction, grabbed everything in there. So you've got
Oh,
you've got all
everything.
everything important. So you've got a scroll,
Okay.
you've got a wand technically, you've got
Okay. I'll look at all that stuff
and
later.
you've got one more
Um,
potion. Yeah, so
Just like send
Or-
it somewhere.
Actually,
Fucking-
can I use Arcana to identify the wand, or is that not something that I can do? As an active
you
bonus action?
could use Arcana to try to figure out what of this stuff is possibly magical if you wanted to. In the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't only know it was magical.
Well,
so
if you roll high enough, you might be like, I recognize this specifically.
let me give it a shot and see if I can figure anything out with this wand. Because if this could be useful, that would be amazing.
Okay.
6. No, I do not know.
You aren't certain. The wand doesn't look particularly magical aside from being a spellcasting focus. You at least are aware that the scroll you picked up is a spell scroll of some
Okay.
kind.
Well, we'll look at all that later. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and
These squares are difficult to write. And there's toilets.
oh,
Just the squares with the toilets in
Alright.
them, not the ones on the left.
all right.
They are
Let's see.
also full toilets.
Would I also
They
be able
are
to see where she
stinky.
is?
If you want a bonus action, look around. You could.
She right there.
I'll give it a shot.
You can see Rogue is looking at the
She's
curtains.
right there. I just point to where the thing
7.
exploded.
Okay, you using Rogue's information are guessing that she's through those curtains.
Okay,
Okay.
so roughly right here, give or take.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay. Then he'll aim for this square and throw another card.
You actioned to Arcana check everything.
Oh fuck, that's right. Okay.
Um.
Then yeah, that's it then.
Okay. Mrs. turn.
This is not good
wait,
that
I
we're-
need
Here,
you
I'll-
all to
on top of this-
recognize how lucky you are that
She is out of
she's out of
agonized
agonized
scorcher.
scorchers.
Oh, I forgot about that. I was like,
I was
Oh,
so
wait, we're
pissed
all-
when
we're
you
all
moved
just
next to
lined
me,
up
but
for
then
her
I
right
remembered
Yep,
that
you
we're
would all
fine.
be dead right now, but she
We're
is
just
out of
lined up.
them.
We're just lined up for it.
So, Miza's going to go ahead and...
You're the one who gave an enemy greater invisibility. This is not
I
our
did,
fault,
I
okay?
did. But if you kill her, you get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
want that robe.
I want
Okay.
it as well.
Does she want to run away, or is she... No, she's smart. She's going to go through open doors that are already open so that she doesn't reveal where she goes.
Okay, but also, which way does the
but
curtain
also,
sway
if
when
doors-
she walks away?
If doors don't open...
We know which way she went.
Yeah, so no door opens. So you don't hear a door open or anything like that.
Alright, that's good.
So she doesn't, like, go through any doors right now. So you're aware of that.
Alright.
Okay.
I have a controller plan to find her.
Okay, Roxanne.
Alright, I go up to here.
Okay.
So, well, that's a
Luckily, it's
curtain to
not
our
hot.
right?
You can see another curtain over here, yeah. It looks like there's probably, like, a second bathroom or something. And then there's the whole room. Right? So you can see, like, a bedroom over here. There's a lit fireplace directly to your right. There's some beds, cabinets, all that stuff, yeah. And then there's this door that you guys hadn't been through yet. But you, Roxanne, you're seeing this for the first time.
Yeah. This door looks unlocked over here, right?
This door looks like it doesn't have a lock on it.
Okay.
It looks like it would just open. And then there's an open door over on this side.
I would like to throw a sedimentary rock right here in front of the curtain, so that if we know she goes over here, we can see the sand.
You'll
move out of
see
the
her
way.
move through the sand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You throw a sedimentary rock, and there is suddenly... I didn't want to close that. It's fine.
Fine. High quality. So
Quality.
yeah, now,
Fucking
so now we
sand.
know. Well, now are we able to?
She's
can't
not
see.
in there
Okay, that's what I thought.
as you throw it. There's no like, as this sand
Obvious-
sprays out everywhere. You don't
Okay,
see it.
so that means that part right there is temporarily. We can see if she goes through there.
Sort of. You'll be able to see it like a little bit, but you also, it's obscured because there's sand spraying all over the place.
Yeah.
Once it
if
ends,
she's
there'll
on the
just be
up-
sand on the ground, so you'll be able to see footprints through it. But before
Okay.
that,
Yeah.
so
And
that's
then that
action,
was my
bonus
plan.
action, and
That
5.
was a
15.
thing that I learned in
Okay.
Valorant.
That's everything. Rogue,
Yeah.
your turn.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna put away my rapier, pull out my short bow, because we're going into a slightly more open area. I might as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15. And can I try and suss out their position?
Yeah, you could
or
bonus
is that-
action. You could bonus action try to look into the room.
I would love
They're
to do
invisible,
that.
so disadvantage. But yeah.
Just roll student at 20s.
That's gonna be a 16.
Okay. I'm gonna have.
We know it's.
them-
I tell
passive
him it's not
stealth.
to the left.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for what sort of passive stealth they would have.
Oh, we ran out of tracks.
No, do it again. Do it again. It's all,
I
or
mean,
maybe
we
even we do the
to
sneaky
upgrade.
one.
Maybe.
Sneaky snitch.
Okay.
Do I have the sneaky one? Let me see.
I sent it to you a while ago, but who knows?
Yeah, I'll check.
Yeah. So she's not the stealthiest person. That's why she's got like invisibility things to help her.
That would make sense. That would make
So
sense.
what'd you roll? 16?
16.
You get the feeling you can see like stuff is kind of pushed off the way, and it looks kind of newly pushed going down this way. And you would wager 30 feet of movement would put her here.
Okay, well, then I will take a quick little short bow shot there.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack with disadvantage.
That is going to be a 9 to hit.
Okay, you shoot, and your bow catches on something like it hits something magical. Not your bow, your arrow. And like it springs off of the cloak she's wearing almost. So she was standing there, but you didn't manage to actually contact her.
So it's sticking in. Oh no, it's not.
So
sticking
it
into her.
bounces off her cloak because her cloak is magical. So it
I'm just
Where'd
gonna
you
get
shoot
rid
again?
of another one of my arrows.
Where did it?
short bow.
Did I see
Right
it?
about there.
Yeah,
I
you
shot.
see it bounce off right here. So
Okay.
All right, and am I allowed to talk, or is that my whole turn?
you can say things to people.
Miza, it's gonna be easier to give up.
Okay, that's fucked.
Can I add that I won't
I-
kill you if you surrender?
I don't know if she believes you. I'll give Bob.
I still have another. I have a lot of stones. I can keep chucking them.
You guys have already you've
I'm just
had this
pointing out her
conversation once
position.
before already, so
Four.
she's
5, 6. So
Is it card time?
about where did Rogue say she was?
About
you go
right
around the
here.
corner and Rogue is pointing down towards the door, so she'd be about
right here.
Okay.
here given how fast she's going.
Well, I'm going to use my new book.
Okay.
Book
Cast
time.
Minor Illusion
Okay.
and make it look like, Bob actually summons a wall of ice right here to close off the open door.
So you want to make a 5-foot wall of ice on the bottom section.
It's like the door here.
Yeah,
Basically.
I believe you can make a 5-foot shaped illusion.
It's a 5-foot square.
Yeah, so you
Um,
can make it look like just a square of ice suddenly appears in that area. Okay.
Well, I can create an illusion of my choice in that area. Like it's not a cube necessarily.
Yeah, so you make it
Wall
look
of
like
ice.
I can basically
like
make it fill
an
the doorway.
illusion of like a wall of ice coming up out of the ground.
Rising
Okay.
up.
Yeah, closing off it.
So she has to like make a check to see if she recognizes it's an illusion, right?
Yep, minor
And
illusion.
my save for cantrips is 14. She has to make an intelligence investigation check versus
Okay,
that.
so that's her action then to even try to do that.
Mhm.
So is that everything you got, or you still got a bonus action?
That's an action. I do have a bonus action, but there's not much I can really do with it.
Okay.
Bonus
well,
action,
actually, hold
shake
on.
your ass at her.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, this is all the movement I have. I guess I can bonus action hide. I guess.
You can try to. You can drop if you drop prone. You can hide behind the bed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try and do that.
Wait, does he even have to drop prone?
He's
Yeah.
not
The bed's
bad.
not. Yeah. His janglies are up above the bed.
Peeking over the top.
So yeah, you drop prone and make the hide. So go ahead and roll a stealth check.
7.
You
Not
don't.
1.
You hear this ching 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 of your bells smacking onto the side of the bed as you drop down. So you're prone. That's good. Mrs. turn. She doesn't even bother to use an action to like check on it. She just casts Burning Hands into this fire.
Fire.
Into this
Okay,
door.
hold on. Let's see.
That would probably reveal it as an illusion. It wouldn't make it
Let's see.
melt though, because it's just gonna go straight through it.
Why isn't this door melting?
So she,
Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things can pass through it. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So you guys just see a spray of fire shoot across this part of the room, and she realizes it is an illusion and continues on. But you
So
waste
the
a spell slot on an action, so
Does the door open?
the door.
The door was already open.
She's leaving it open. She's gonna just go.
All right, wait. Where did we see where it was shot from?
It was
Like the
shot
fire-
probably,
The
like,
fire
right
came
here.
from this square into this square,
Okay.
like,
Ah, okay.
and she goes. So that's her turn.
Okay.
You waste her action, so she doesn't get to sprint or give herself another
So
armor of
she only
Agathis
moves
or anything.
30.
So
Yeah.
Yeah,
The main goal is to slow her down.
1,
Roxanne,
2,
your turn.
3, 4, 5, 6. And then she came from here. Oh, what the heck? Wait, where was I? I just moved. Wait, was I there?
What?
You were
You
right
were up
here.
here.
Yeah, I was
You were
here.
on the. I can't click on the square because there's a
1,
door.
There.
2,
There.
3. Wait,
You were
one,
in
So you can go
between these
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can go here.
Okay. And then she came from here, so that means the area of. Let me zoom out. There we go. She can move 6 as well. Imagine she does it. I would like to chuck a grenade
Okay.
right here. Or maybe, yeah, right there.
Right there.
Oh, wait.
You pick, 'cause
right
you-
here.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
this is
throw
good.
your grenade.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage. You don't hear her. Are you? What kind of grenade are you checking?
Oh yeah, that's igneous.
Igneous?
Yeah, igneous. It's the explodey one.
The one that does
Sorry,
damage.
yeah, the damage one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the one that
Metamorphic, I think that you
yeah, I
call
think
that.
metamorphic is the one that
Yeah, I
explodes.
call it metamorphic.
Okay,
That's
so you don't hear her like grunt or anything from getting hit, but you go
alright. I
ahead and
dealt 4 damage.
you hear a
to
lot of glass and porcelain and wood break.
I don't think that one got her.
And that's your turn. So Rogue.
Yeah. Also, the sand disappears definitely.
10,
to the right.
15,
Yeah, so it's now just like there's just sand on the ground
25, 30.
Yeah.
in that area.
So I'm like also 30.
Man, the AoE one's just kind of nuts. Just checking AoE just everywhere.
I probably.
Yeah, that's
should
why it's not a lot of damage.
Also,
fair enough.
And it uses
I
an
should-
action and a bonus action, so it's good.
how many spells has she used? She must be crazy.
She has used some spells.
I count that was. 3
She's
Aghanim,
you
Scorch
would
was
almost
2
definitely
armor,
guess she's
Aghanim.
down to her lowest level spells.
Yeah, we're
To
we're
be
getting
fair,
her-
I'm
we're
down
out.
to my lowest amount of health.
Yes,
She can still one-shot me. But
and you can also
pride
still
cometh
one-shot
before
her.
the fall, which means that I'm going to bonus action dash so I can get in there and go 5, 10, 15 just so I can get a whole lay of this.
Okay, so
and
you
she's-
look into this room. You actually see this cultist has been like slumped out of the way, like she ran this way. So with 30 feet of movement, she'd be up here somewhere.
Yeah, I just counted she'd be right about here, I believe.
Yeah, so the cultist that was
So,
like laying on
yeah.
the ground has been moved out of the way so she could go.
I'm gonna take a just a out of the blue shot there. Just
Okay.
I'm gonna take a short bow shot there. Why not?
Give me a sec just to see. She might have partial cover because of the cabinet.
Don't think so.
I
just
think
give
yeah,
anything I
she's gonna
can
have.
move here.
You move up because you'd think she'd have
Yeah.
partial cover from that direction.
So
from the
it's
cabinet.
it's a good thing you said that, so I can just move up there
Yep,
and
okay.
just
So
take like a straight on
disadvantage
shot.
attack as you shoot straight down this
Yeah.
corridor.
That's gonna be a
Jesus.
7.
Okay, you shoot and it just goes straight.
I
through
am
the
a
corridor.
binary scale.
Uh,
I roll an
Right.
18 and a 2.
you
I
can
am a binary
hear.
scale. Never a 10.
You can hear
never
her
a 10.
breathing as you do that though, because she is charged across the entirety of this area, so she is breathing heavily. You're also breathing heavily. Everyone's having a moment.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I just
might
keep
as,
chucking rocks at her.
I might as well go for more talking, cause why not?
Okay. And you can do
Alright,
that as Bob is running up.
Bob rises from prone.
'Kay.
Actually
I can
rolls up
follow you
onto the
forever,
bed,
Miza.
Okay.
I can
here,
follow you forever, Miza.
Then hops over to the next bed over here.
It'd
Okay.
be easier for
You
you,
got
to just come
15 feet,
quietly,
so-
as I can move faster than
Okay.
you.
Well, then he'll roll down over here,
Okay. You got
And,
partial cover behind the bed, and you're
and then he can see this square from line of sight. So he will also attempt to throw a card.
At the place where Rogue Blade shot at.
Yeah.
okay.
Ah!
22.
Oh
You
my
chuck a
God.
card. She does have partial cover, like through the door frame and everything, but you hit her.
22 is
Your card. What kind of card is it?
much crazier.
Let's see. 2 is... That is acid damage.
Okay. How much? Because you need to knock her unconscious, or else you're getting hellish rebukes.
2 HP.
Wait, from this
is
From-
all you need to do.
From range, even?
Yep.
Hellish Rebuke has a 30-foot range.
It's got a 60-foot range.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's the most.
8 damage.
Bob, how do you want to knock unconscious Misa?
It just fucking makes her do a flip and she gets hit in the face with it.
You see her like
like a
turning, and she sees this card coming at her and begins to like chant in something in Primordial, and then it slams into her.
Exactly. It's
She
basically the way I want to do this is it basically hits her straight in the chest, like starting to burn and sizzle as it knocks her 5 feet back through the doorway and onto her back.
Yeah, she stops being invisible because she's unconscious and piles over backwards. Yeah, she's unconscious.
All right.
Victory music.
I believe that is an
Should we take a break there? As
I feel like that's break time.
Should we continue?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
I
down.
feel like we should.
Okay. So with the large amount of scorch marks left throughout this entire place already, the area, just this sweltering heat of the rooms you are in, and the general like melted cobbled stones interior, all of you catching your breath, having fallen and woken back up multiple times, looking around the room. You remember a couple things. One, death portal in the other room. And two, Misa lies unconscious across the room from you, Rogue. What do you do?
I be walking over there, and I'm gonna see if I can stabilize Misa.
Okay, so we'll do a death save from her, and then you head over and... Okay, so she is, like, actively bleeding out, and you see, like, some of her veins going bulbous and darkening because of the poison, or the acid that hit her earlier. And you're trying to heal her. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
8.
You get down and are trying to figure out what's wrong, and she's got a lot of problems, and you're not sure which one is actively killing her right now. She's got...
Can I check this chest?
I believe she's got an arrow in her. Yeah, Roxanne, you go up and check that chest. Go ahead and make me an investigation check, Roxanne, as this is happening.
Actually, I missed both my arrows. She's just got a lot of stab.
Okay, yeah,
2.
she's got a lot of
Or a
stabbings.
5.
Roxanne, you open this chest, and you're beginning to sift through it kind of haphazardly as other people are doing stuff. I'll let you know what you find.
Where the fuck? How does one even begin to cover this many wounds?
Hold on, I got you. First, tie her up, gag her, blindfold her.
Okay, she'll make
Take
another
the robe off.
death save as that's happening. So you do you want to go through her stuff as well, Rogue?
Yeah, while he's doing all
Okay,
that.
Bob, you're making Misa...
I'm taking all her stuff away.
I'm just gonna
He's
move this
putting all
dude.
the stuff
Okay.
up. Why would you do that? I lost sight.
I'm
You
sorry,
stole my eyes. You stole my eyes.
I was trying to move the cultist. I'm sorry. So, Rogue, make me an investigation check. Roxanne, you're going through... It looks like there's a bunch more of those red cloaks. And you go through some of them. You find... let me see. You find 2 gold pieces and 90 silver pieces.
I
Nice.
found myself a 21 investigation
And
check
then-
on there.
Wait, how many silver?
90 silver
90.
pieces, 2 gold pieces.
Dang, they're broke.
Just like scrambling.
That's
up
just
all the silver
random stuff you
pieces.
find within their...
Okay. And
Like,
there's
That's
nothing
like
else
picking
useful
up
in there?
100 quarters
nothing
off
else
the ground.
you
It's
see.
gonna take
just,
a little
just
bit.
a bunch of red cloaks and
Then
stuff.
can I head over and help them?
Okay, so you spent a
Like,
little
I
bit
would like
doing
to.
that.
I would
and
like to
then-
search this
Oops.
cultist right
I don't
here.
know if I moved you or not. I
moved me.
I was I was clicking to move my camera, and then you appeared where I had clicked to move it, so I grabbed you and then put you where I had moved my mouse to move my camera. So I had no idea what happened.
Chaos!
My camera didn't move, just
Chaos
suddenly you
reigns.
moved. Okay.
I would like to search this cultist.
Okay, so you go up and start searching stuff. Roxanne,
Do I do an
I don't
investigation?
know if I don't think we need an investigation for everything. I was just
That's a
certain thing.
21
You're
investigation
going
for
through.
me.
On Miza, you
That's a 15.
find, let me, give me a sec. I just gotta make sure. You find 120 gold pieces.
Oh, nice.
I'm just gonna grab those for now, and I'll
Her,
distribute later.
she's wearing studded leather armor that looks mighty fancy. It's got, what would you call it? It's got like the sections
Inlay.
of studding are inlaid with a sort of like a bronzish color, and then they have like silver filigrees
I
of
want that.
flames on it.
I want that. That seems
That's
cool.
fire resistant. It looks like probably fire resistant studded leather, you would guess.
I just put studded leather fancy. I'm just writing this down in
Guys,
other possessions.
She's
until-
got a red wand, and then she's got this cloak that sort of shimmers and slightly changes its color to be the same as the surroundings around it.
Guys, I have an extra second level spell slot. I can heal her, but she needs to be tied up and restrained before we do that, so she can't cast spells.
I can
True.
heal her. I mean,
Oh, and
I-
she's got a bag of beads. Just dark black beads.
All right, I'll just take all of that off her so she cannot cast spells, and then we're going to tie up her hands and gag
Gag her.
her so she cannot use any components.
She also needs to be blinded just in case.
Okay, could I
Because-
have someone make me either a acrobatics or sleight of hand check to set the DC for like her escape of these things?
Actually, hold up. First, can I try a medicine check to stabilize her?
Yes.
Okay.
She's been bleeding out a little bit. She's been bleeding banana blood.
Because the thing is, if we stabilize her, then we
She
can take
doesn't
20
stand
on the
up.
check.
You could spend some time, yeah. You could sit
Yeah.
here and wait.
So, give me a second here.
I would like to
Medicine.
give you help on that medicine.
Okay. Are you
Okay.
proficient in medicine, Tegan?
I am not. Can I not give help?
You
then?
can give help. So you'll have advantage, but if you roll bad things, like real bad things could happen.
Yeah.
That's why we give the advantage.
Because Rogue,
Can
you're not
I- can
exactly
I
certain
use
what
the-
you're doing, but you're
Can I use the knife to give advantage?
the
This
knife
is-
is dead.
Rogue, you stab Miz and she no, okay.
Can I resummon
Bob, go
my
ahead
knife?
and yeah, you got advantage on your medicine check to
Okay.
try to stabilize Miza.
Jesus.
I don't even see the second one. You
Anyway,
this is a mess of stab wounds and burn marks and just like acid
Yeah.
splashes and poison and everything, and you're looking at this and you're just like, I don't even know where to start. And she's just on the ground. She's still actively bleeding out, but she's lasted 3 rounds, so
can I try again
she-
this time? I'll get the...
she slowly looks like she herself
Oh, yours
is
plus 3.
not like she's stabilized herself over the last couple
Oh,
Oh,
she does.
shit. Okay. Well,
after
fine.
about 4 rounds of you guys of Roxanne like
We
looting
tried.
people.
We can
um,
still use that as leverage.
task
yeah.
failed successfully.
So she's stabilized?
She's stabilized just because she rolled 3 successes.
Okay.
Jesus.
There's a lot of dead cultists that are like dead because you stabbed them
Yeah.
through and they very much died, or Miza burned them to death.
All right.
All right, well, let's tie her up.
All right.
Okay, so
yeah,
you guys
we'll-
spend some time.
Let's see.
Tie her
So
up.
what's
Well,
so?
well,
I've got
I-
a +6 to acrobatics.
I
I've
take,
got a +7 to acrobatics.
Okay.
Roxanne,
so
are you looting?
yeah, I'm just looting these
Okay.
guys. Like I looted that guy, then while they go up, I go up to this
Um,
cultist 3.
Yeah.
Can I-
Roxanne,
can I
you
use the move there?
you loot the cultists that are not immediately around this, but as you see, first of all, you loot the cultists that are around the area, and you find 7 gold pieces and 100 silver pieces amongst them.
all right. Well, we can always come back here and loot
Wait, how
later.
many? How many gold pieces?
7 gold pieces, 100 silver pieces.
But for right now, I think we need to get Miza out of here and turned into the guard before she wakes up. So,
Okay,
also-
if we turn her into the guard,
Roxanne,
she's still the mayor,
I would
which
like
I
to go
don't
in
think
here
you're...
and check also on
This
the
is the mayor,
you
which you're
yes.
not understanding.
Roxanne, you see
If
as
we
they're
turn her into the
arguing-
guard, we will be hanged.
all right, Rogue.
Okay, you two are arguing, yes.
Yeah.
We'll catch back up with that because Roxanne sees something important probably during the middle of your argument. There is
Okay.
just just a portal to hell over here. Just like there's like a an orb, probably
Danger
Is this
Dave is
summoning
over there.
stuff?
probably 3 or 4 feet wide. Just this orb, just this black sphere with just kind of
Can I do a
spiraling.
check on it?
What kind
maybe-
of a check do you want to do? What are you looking to?
Maybe both are. I would like to kind of like just do a general one. Like
Do you want to
between
know
the
whether or
age
not
of-
this is dangerous from like is it dangerous to you perspective, or do you want to know whether or not this is dangerous in like how magically cool and dangerous is it? Which option?
Mm,
Do you want to
just
make
like
an
this-
Arcana or a survival check?
Probably Arcana.
Okay, go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
17.
As Bob and Rogue are, you look out and you see just this floating sphere. It's not moving. It's kind of hovering in place and wobbling about. I wonder if I have a thing we could use for that. I wonder if I got like a picture or anything.
Picture.
A picture.
Hmm.
Let me look.
Also have no idea where I got 358 gold from, but I have
You got
358 gold.
gold.
You got gold from getting here, remember?
Oh yeah.
Being a crew member?
You got
Oh,
gold
yeah.
from that. You started out with some gold.
You spent some gold.
So this sphere
That's
is
it.
kind of like a darkish color. I don't know. This is not the right color and it's too big, but give me a sec while I
It's animated. You guys can't see it, but I
I
can.
poofed it out of existence. Give me a second. There we go. Where the devoid was, I'm gonna move that out of the way so that we have this.
Delete
There's
it.
just this. Can I have it emit reverse light? I need to remove light where it is. Whatever.
I get it. It's like a dark void portal.
There's a dark void. There's a dark void there. Yeah.
Can I? Maybe.
So, like, as I was saying, Bob, this is the mayor right here. So,
Yes, also, I'm a bard of eloquence. I can explain that this is the cultist leader.
power sometimes is more important than words, no matter how good your words are.
Yes, that's why I convinced the person that's next down in the power structure that they're in charge now, as long as they imprison Miza and make sure she,
How do you think
Gets
we
the
can get up
justice.
and talk to them?
I mean, I can go ahead while you've got her over your shoulder.
Going behind someone with the body of the mayor is a good way of getting yourself hanged.
Yes, because when her face is against your chest because you're carrying her over your shoulder, they're going to instantly recognize her.
Yes, they will instantly recognize her striking red hair that she had, or her other features on her body.
I was actually
Not everyone
going to point
goes
that
based
out.
off faces.
I was going to point the same thing out to you, Bob.
Alright, fine, let's
You've
grab the
seen like
cultist-
everyone here at this point, at least except the people that were like actively hiding in the forest, and Ms. is kind of a standout.
All right, well then we'll wrap her in a cultist robe.
So we now have a strikeout cultist robe in our arms with obviously a body in it. And we are just going to walk through town with that.
Yeah.
Until we reach the first guard, yes.
And when we get to this first guard, we are going to tell him what.
What's
In order
the
to convince him
alternative?
not to-
We take her and swim through the ocean to get to the boat instead of going through the town?
I
Go
mean,
through the beach.
maybe not that. Tristan,
Yeah.
would Sea Touched give me water walking, the spell?
It's 1 second level spell or 2 first level spells once per day.
What is water? Is water walking third level?
Yeah.
Why is it third level? That's so bullshit.
He just mumbled that to himself.
No, I'm talking to God. Give me a second.
Can I go to Mrs. room, by the way?
Tristan, I forget. Is there a second level spell that makes traveling on water easier, or a first level spell?
Not that I know of.
Water
Alright,
breathing?
Why?
That's
Water
also
breathing.
third level.
Robert's just gonna sigh and be like,
Roxanne,
know what,
you go
Rogue?
ahead.
Okay,
and-
do
there's
whatever you
not a lot
want.
of options.
Here's a
You do some
heal. He's gonna
walking.
slap him on the
And search
shoulder
this
and give
room.
him a second level cure wounds.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
Roxanne begins
thinking
to
about
search
this
the
is
room.
very important, but thank you so much. I do appreciate
Oh,
your
then
healing,
can I?
Bob.
While I walk there, can I cast Cure Wounds on myself?
You
Yes.
get 18 hit points back.
Oh my god. I think
That's
I'm
the
back
wrong
up to
button.
full.
I just
18.
feel
Yeah, I'm
sick.
back up to full.
Okay, and then Bob's gonna go this way and check on Roxanne.
Okay, Bob, you go to check on Roxanne. You're walking. You see Death
Giant
portal,
void
death
sphere.
portal. It's just a big black sphere with like wobbling, circling black energy around it.
And Roxanne's not here anymore.
Roxanne walked this way. You can hear her rummaging around inside the other
Bob
room.
is immediately concerned about this portal.
Yes.
I just easily like, oh, that's there now.
What's wrong with
I'm
it?
gonna- I'd like. Can I search Mrs.
Roxanne,
room?
Roxanne, I already looted that chest. We need to go. We need to go. There's a death portal in here.
there
We need
I'm
to go.
are-
gonna put Miza over my shoulder.
Okay, you sloth, not sloth, the opposite. You sling Miz over your shoulder. Are you wrapping her in the cultist robe or anything, or just putting her over your shoulder?
I think she's still attuned to the cloak of shimmers, but just can I grab a blanket off a
Well,
bed and wrap her in that?
she's unconscious, so whatever you want to.
Yeah, I know, but if I put the cloak of shimmers around it, she may be able to activate
You can
it
pull a
well.
blanket off, yeah.
I just want to pull like one of these brown blankets off and wrap her in that.
Okay. You bring her in there and begin doing that. What are Roxanne and Bob doing as this
Did
happens?
Bob already loot like everything from the chest, or is there like any scraps in there?
Everything important in the chest is gone.
All right, then I'll
The chest.
look at the.
To be clear, the chest is mostly burst open and kind of cindering and burning slightly on the ground right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I would like to see if there's like any books on this death portal in a room.
Make me an investigation check. That's gonna take a little while because you've got to go look at the books and see which ones you even recognize, and then.
11.
Okay, what languages do you speak?
I got you. 1 second. That's the wrong one. Did this one? Where is my languages?
Your language proficiencies are on the left-hand side of your character sheet under like your armor.
Oh,
weapons,
there it is.
tools.
Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Primordial, and
Okay,
Terran.
so you speak Primordial and you
Sorry.
speak Terran, and Terran is a subsect of Primordial. So you understand.
Wait, that means I would have understand what she was chanting earlier.
Yeah, she was speaking an ancient language of Primordial, you know.
Didn't we already
Doing
say
magic
that she was
stuff.
speaking?
Yeah,
Primordial?
Roxanne, I believe you sort of
Yeah,
recognized it
you
anyway.
already
It was
understood it.
magical incantations. It's nothing like
Okay.
she's like fee
Like
fi
sweet
fo
whisper.
fum, burst them into
Like,
flames and kill them, please. I want them
Peter
to die.
Piper picked a peck of pickled
Yeah,
peppers.
she says that
Peter
really,
Piper
really
picked a peck
fast.
of pickled peppers.
And
How
then
many
they
pickled
burst in
peppers did
fire.
Peter Piper pick?
Um,
That kind of.
okay, so you
the
start
person
going
was
through
in
the
a giant
books.
void.
You can read them. Most of them are in either common or primordial. There are. You find some books that seem to be notes on her own experimentation with summoning of things as you're looking real quick. And
Anything
then,
that we can, just a side note, anything we can use as evidence against her? If there's
Well, I
Uh,
was going to be looking for that separately while Roxanne was.
there's
rummaging
nothing
through.
that's like a book that says I'm evil, I did bad things. There's books on
like her, well, you said like notes on her summoning stuff.
there are books on summoning. In this case, it's summoning fire elementals.
Signed by
things
Miss.
like that.
No.
There are notes on magical uses and stuff. She is a mostly wizard, so she
Mm-hmm.
studied arcane stuff.
All right.
You find a tome on Tiamat, written in Primordial.
It's Tiamat.
According to this book, the first like section you start reading, and you don't have time to read much of it, but the first section you start reading, Tiamat is the
Tiamat, big
goddess of dragons,
Hmm.
and apparently people that worship Kosuth think she is kind of their like underling, I guess would be a good word. Like Kosuth kind of brought her to power, would be a
She
thing you
mentioned this
kind of
person
know.
earlier.
Yeah.
I'll take it to read later.
All right, while
That's a
Roxanne's
weird
searching,
thing to
Bob's just going to
believe
leave.
for these
Like he's
people.
going to be gone. Like he's like, all right, Roxanne, have fun. We're leaving before the portal gets any bigger. Let's go.
I'm just in here, rolling up a Miza really quick.
Bob, you say that. Rogue, you roll up Misa in a blanket.
I don't
I
hear it, and I
just start
continue looking
heading-
through all the books.
Roxanne, you looked through all the books.
Alright.
That's pretty much it. There's books on like what the plane of
I've
fire
got
is.
Miz
There's books
over
on
my
fire
shoulder.
elementals.
I can
Um,
be.
There's a book.
I can
There's
move
books
as
on
fast as you guys
Kossuth,
will
obviously.
With Miz under my shoulder. Because I can. Bonus.
So there's
action
like no
dash.
books explaining like other dimensions that she could have opened up to, like
the plane
portal.
of fire.
It's all just on
and
the
book-
plane of fire.
Yeah, she seems a little bit obsessed as you're looking through this. There's lots of stuff on that,
seems
lots
a
of
bit like a
notes on
hothead.
that.
Yeah, Nazca, I don't think we're going to learn any new information from these books.
You might, but it's going to be deeper information on stuff that you kind of already have a little bit of information on.
All right. Well, I'll take any books that have like a lot. The book that has like the most notes from her.
Okay, so you take some notebooks.
Yeah.
And okay,
Does she have any coloring books?
you could color in some of like the portal drawings and stuff, but probably not
Please,
particularly.
Nazca. Just don't. make all the
This is
shit
an
we went
important
through
question for Roxanne.
Yes.
This is important character development.
Yes.
Roxanne dies to magic death portal as coloring in color pages on
Yes,
Alright.
character development, sure.
character
Then-
development. Okay.
Then I would like to go and take one last glance at it and see like if I have any.
How
any
close do
history
you get
knowledge.
to it?
Like just here, like by the door. Like stop by the door and look at it. Does the
Okay.
is the cultist still there?
The body of the cultist, yeah, smoldered on the ground, completely,
Hmm.
like very clearly dead.
Can I go like and push him into the portal, just to see what happens?
Yeah, you can do. You can is a strong word in D&D. Yeah, you can do that.
I think
You two are talking. Roxanne, you walk up. Let's just establish what happens. So you walk up and you kind of brace yourself up and pick up this body. Make me an athletics check because you're a small person.
15.
Okay, you pick up this body and kind of move him towards the portal, and he sucks into the portal and is gone. He's gone. It's gone. Like literally just like slowly
Like, even his soul is destroyed from that.
just the body just into the portal and it
can
is
I just
gone.
chuck a stone into it? Can I just chuck like one of those stones into it just to see?
Which stone? Just a
Just like a-
stone?
Just a random pebble.
Okay,
Yeah,
you pick up a
random.
rock and throw it into it.
I'm gonna
yeah.
throw a grenade into it.
It's gone. You
Okay.
toss a grenade, or not a grenade. You toss a stone into it, and it just.
Can I do like a
disappears in
history
it.
check to see if I know anything?
You
on
can
it?
do. No, you made an Arcana check.
Well, that's to see if it's magical.
Yeah, it's
What
magical.
would it? Oh,
Roxanne's wasting time
You
near
don't
the
know what
death
it
portal.
is.
Let's just leave, Rogue. Let's just leave. I'm
I
done.
I
Let's
don't
just
know
leave.
what it is, and it seems like it's sucking
Nope.
in stuff.
Yeah.
It's
just floating above the ground.
Hmm.
Good
I don't know
food.
what to
All right.
make of this.
I got Miz over my shoulder. I'm just like, "Hey, Roxanne, we're going. Get over
Okay,
here now."
Did I just walk around it like from a safe distance?
Yeah.
To make sure, just staring at it as I go away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I grabbed this cultist and throw it.
You grab what?
I was gonna say I grabbed the cultist and throw him in, but no, I just sleep with them.
That's okay. You go down.
Yeah, the
Alright.
portals kind of sucks.
Can we check the? I know you said the secret doors were made. Actually, yeah, it's probably good to leave. We don't need to check the secret doors.
Yeah, I'm really
Hmm.
uncomfortable being in the same base as that death portal, not knowing if it's going to grow into a black
Yeah.
hole or what.
Yeah, we might have to deal with that
To
later.
be fair,
I don't know.
I don't want to deal with this island
Oh wait,
anymore.
wait.
Yeah.
I want to
Wait.
leave this fucking island. Too many magic bullshits.
Wait, can I do identity?
Hmm?
Never mind.
You can.
Yeah,
You don't
I
have
was
time,
reading
but
it and-
you can.
No, I read it and it said range / area.
You must
touch, and I
touch it.
realized-
Yes.
Yeah, I realized that's probably a bad idea to touch
Yeah,
it.
You could
that's a real
have-
bad idea.
You could
Like,
have your
Yeah.
rock touch it.
Would that actually work?
You
well,
might lose your forever into the void portal.
You might lose your rock forever into the void portal, Nazca.
Yeah.
Hey,
probably.
Roxanne.
All right, so I think the
A 10-minute casting time, so by the time it touches it, it won't. Wait, can you use a spell slot to make it immediate? I forget how.
you
I
can
did
use a
that.
spell slot to cut it down to 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay, then if it touches it, it has to touch it for a minute then.
It's fun.
Yeah. So let's just leave,
I
guys. Let's just
I doubt.
let's just
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
DM, get us out of here.
Okay,
DM,
you
DM teleport
leave.
us.
DM, get us out of here.
Quick travel us back.
DM, I'm done with combat. Let's go.
You go
No
out
more
the
combat
front
map.
door,
We're at the
and you
door.
emerge here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Was it nighttime
I
already?
don't know why there's fire here. It's not nighttime. I'm just gonna... Okay, so something has gone wrong.
I don't see fire anywhere.
No, you don't- you're not close enough to
it's
it.
fucked when the DM says
Oh,
something's
there it is.
gone wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I have dim light.
Okay,
so
we
I,
gotta
like,
get out of here before that fire overtakes us. So let's get
no,
back
the
to
dynamic
town.
lighting layer didn't move with the rest of the thing. You guys are in the jungle.
Oh, that's the
layer that's
dynamic
got all
lighting
the
for
darkness and the light and the fire and the
magma.
magma and all that stuff. It just didn't move with the rest of the thing for some reason. I'm just gonna go back and forth between them and hopefully it fixes itself. It
Okay.
did. Are
I
you
want
good
the body
now?
of Raptor 3.
No.
Not on my end.
Are
Let me
you
just
good
try to
now?
Let me try
No.
refreshing.
Yeah, I'll refresh as well.
Okay, I'm good.
Refreshing worked.
Aside from Raptor 3, who's having a
I'm good.
dead time.
Yeah, Raptor
Raptor
3 is
3's
just
have
there.
more dead
Okay, we're
times.
good. We're back.
Okay. Well,
And-
you
yeah.
guys are in the middle of a forest.
I just
I
got back.
believe
Are
heading
you?
back
You're
to
carrying
town
Mrs.
right
body,
away.
right? In a
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got
blanket?
Mrs. Bodies,
I-
and
I-
I can.
I'm pretty sure we can like help him.
And we
Use
had
it.
Rogue take 20 on binding her up.
Yeah, she's bound.
So-
She's unconscious.
Yep, DC
Yeah.
27 to escape, so hopefully she's stuck
Uh,
for a good long while.
Yeah, if they need it, I can also like cure wounds because I still have like a
She
spell
no
slot
longer
left.
has her magic items.
Or her wand,
Or
and
her
she's
wand.
wrapped up.
You guys
Her
found
magic
two
wand.
wands.
Gagged.
Bob found a wand in the chest, and then she had a red wand on her.
Can I see that one? Can I see those wands, Bob?
Well, once we get back to town, let's concentrate on that
fair enough.
first.
Fair
Okay,
enough. Fair enough.
So you
fair
guys
enough.
go back to town. Are you stealthing
Bob-
through the woods to avoid being
Bob,
seen
do
by
you
people
believe
and
that you
things?
could stealth Miza into the tavern through
All right,
the
hold
window?
on. I have an idea. Oh wait, no, never mind. I can't do that until I have the pseudo dragon.
You don't have an idea.
I do not have an idea.
Okay, good to know.
I don't think we can stealth her in unless you can like
Well,
be extra sneaky.
let me see. I'm gonna put on the cloak.
You put on the cloak.
You won't be able to attune to it for, until we take a short rest, I think.
The fuck is
Yeah.
attuning?
I'm saying it out of character.
Okay, yeah, I know, but my character doesn't know about magic items.
Okay.
He's literally never seen magic in his life.
Excuse
I mean,
me.
you're
I
wearing a
cast
magic
several
thing right
spells
now.
around you.
Other than this, he's trying his best.
Currently, it's
okay?
just
He's-
kind of a
he-
grayish.
He's generally
scaly
excited
cloak.
about pirates and not magic, okay?
All right. Well, let's head back to town at least. Let's get through the woods.
I got a cool cloak.
Bob will at least try to be stealthy. I'm not sure how well it's going to work out.
Let's do stealth. Everybody stealth.
Okay.
Alright.
Also,
13.
I'm gonna put my clothes back onto like the studded leather and stuff. So
Okay,
like,
so
my
you
AC
put
14.
those on as you're going.
Oh wait, can I? I want her fire armor, her armor too.
Would you like the cool studded leather?
Yes, the cool studded leather. I would like to put that on.
We're going into town where people know Miza wears this stuff.
You know what? Fair enough.
I
I'll
take
put
it all
on
off
later.
and put it back into the backpack.
I'll put it on later.
We can deal with this
Okay.
later.
Yeah,
You'll
we
also
can deal
you'll
with
want
looting.
to identify them to make sure they're good and stuff too. But yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I
'cause
like the cloak.
You don't want to put on any cursed items, you guys.
no. Just
Am
put
I
'em on the
able to
tune.
take off the cloak?
You take it off and your skin falls off. No, you're good.
Ah! Okay, let's do my stealth. 20.
Okay. Bob, what was your stealth?
13.
Okay. Roxanne, still check.
Oh, sorry. I was describing the chat what's been happening. All right.
Don't do that. Don't talk to chat.
Yeah, no. I've been just typing away. Stealth.
Hi, chat.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Don't give them what they want. Don't give them what they want.
The three of you go through the forest. Roxanne is putting on her own leather armor as this happens, so a little bit slippy. But you go through and get back to town. So how are you going back to town? That's the important question, I guess, because
silently.
Well, the place is mostly uninhabited at this point, right? Except for the guards and everything.
There
I
are
don't think
people
so.
in the
There's a
ship.
bunch of
There
people
are
there.
hunters that go out to get food. There are people that work on the docks, and that's
Or were all of the
kind
guards
it.
cultists?
One of the guards at least was a cultist.
And we
Okay.
killed them.
No.
Remember?
Rogue Blades believes that most of the guard is working with the cult, considering Miza was
That
working
guard-
with the cult.
Went away after getting hurt by you, Roxanne, because you blew something up around them.
All right. Well, we can at least take her back to the hunters, because I'm pretty sure they're not affiliated with the cult.
Think so
Okay.
either.
Yes, but dead bodies raise suspicion, no matter what.
Well, yeah, but she's
Well,
not
she
dead.
isn't dead.
People
She's
don't
just
know that.
passed out. No. She's
I've got
passed
her
out.
in basically a body bag. Let's be clear here.
Yeah, but she's not dead.
All right. Well, let's just take her back to the tavern and the hunters, and I think that's probably what we're going to do best right now.
I feel like I should try and sneak in. I'm gonna be honest here.
You're welcome to if you want. Bob's just going to, Bob's already a spectacle. He's a goblin in his underwear with a bloody chest, probably a few scorch marks.
You guys got
He is
scorch
not-
marks.
He does not look inconspicuous at all.
There's like bits of your
I
flesh that are
may
just
be completely
gone.
covered in soot, but my clothes are looking fantastic.
You also don't have any wounds because I healed you.
That is true.
All your wounds are
but
closed
I'm
up. You're
still
just
covered in
scars.
soot.
You're just scars and soot.
Oh no, I don't think my healing leaves behind any scars. Actually,
It-
it's magical healing.
Yeah, it goes away. It's not. They heal
Yeah.
much faster. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
So anyway,
Can
yeah.
we take a short rest on the walk back? Is that possible?
No, because
Not
we're
on the
walking.
walk, especially not carrying a person and putting on armor and all that. But
Okay, but before we head into town, could we maybe stock up somewhere and take a short rest? 'Cause
yeah,
that will
there's
make
plenty
it
of there's plenty of
infinitely
there's like
easier for me to
there's
get back
there's
into.
the smaller houses that you had explored the day before out here, or there's the actual like full town this way if you wanted to go back to that.
I think just one of the
Like,
smaller houses.
Small houses.
Okay, you guys
And then I
camp
can
out in one of
summon
the
back-
smaller house.
Then I can send back my animated knife as well.
You take a short rest. That's fine. Take a short
Okay,
rest.
Yeah.
now I have my phase step back, which will make this infinitely easier to get back into.
So we take a short rest. All right, where's the short rest button?
Which will make it infinitely easier to sneak back into my room.
4d4. I don't know what that did.
You roll 4d4
Unconscious
and you gain
bodies
back
count
that
as
many hit
objects,
points
which
plus
means I
your
can-
con for each one.
By the way, did Miza roll her d4 to see how long it takes her to wake up? Because she did stabilize.
I rolled it, yeah.
Okay.
And
she
she
not wake
hasn't
up
woken up?
11.
Nope.
Okay.
It's been an hour. So,
Okay. Okay, fair. All right.
11. I'm at 22 HP now. Let's go.
Let's go, yeah,
Yeah,
baby.
and I have my knife back,
Woo! That's
too.
what
My-
we've been waiting for. That's
Yeah,
what
I'm
Okay,
we've
gonna
been
back
Roxanne,
up
talking
you're-
full as well.
this is still your companion rock, right?
What? No, yeah.
Okay, so your companion
Yeah,
rock that
companion.
you have it returned to you as a rock, and then it. What kind of what bonus are you giving it?
No, let's just give it igneous since we've been dealing with fire.
It's immune to fire damage now.
Yeah. Igneous.
So,
Okay.
Tristan, you know how we go up the stairs and get to that little place where we can see into my porthole into my room?
Yes.
I want to go there and teleport in.
Okay.
Face step,
Is
Misty
Misty
step in.
Step wearing and carrying, or just wearing?
Let me. Well, I assume wearing and carrying because it does my backpack as
So
well.
Miz is not an object. I think that's one of the main problems. Miz is a
What?
living, breathing person.
Not an object?
Yeah, it's
What? This
yeah.
is
Plus,
news
it's
to me.
I was gonna say it's an individual, and it specifies that you are the one that teleports.
Yeah. So I don't think
So-
you can bring Miz's living, breathing
An
body with
unconscious
you.
or dead body is treated like an object.
No, you. Okay.
All right.
So I think you
Glad
can
we
then.
could clear that up.
Fuck
Can
you.
I give him?
Never
can I give him
fucking
advantage-
question me
Can I
again,
give him
okay,
advantage
DM?
with stealth using my knife?
Okay, you can try this.
All right. I just want to kind of teleport up into the
So you
corner
guys-
and drop down
okay.
into my room.
Important thing. You're sneaking up to the ship.
Yes.
Okay. Stealth checks.
All right.
Can I get
Specifically
advantage
rogue
with my
blades.
knife?
I don't know if Bob is sneaking
Uh,
up. I am sneaking up alone.
16, and I will sneak up by basically
Your knife
spider
isn't
walking my way up.
necessarily very stealthy. Your knife can help with like perception, like seeing things. Your knife can help.
You gave
with...
him you gave him advantage with stealth before.
I gave him advantage with perception before.
Not stealth.
I wasn't
stealth.
stealth. I thought it's swear you gave him stealth advantage.
I wasn't trying to hide. I was trying to track and run after people.
If I fly above at where nobody can see, do I get advantage?
No, because people can see you. Because
I don't know what you're talking about. If I
how
just keep
high? Are
flying
you just gonna keep flying until you can't see them? How are you going to get to the place you want to be if you're so far away that you can't see the place you want to be?
It is a genius plan, Tristan.
I'll just drop. I'll just let myself drop.
I'll just go through the town normally. I mean, I don't have anything to hide.
Yeah, fuck it, Bob will
You
too.
were arrested
This isn't-
this morning by a guard that you have not seen and did not see
Look,
die or go
Bob is
unconscious.
going to accompany Roxanne because he does not trust Roxanne to be alone.
Fair.
Fair enough.
Okay, Rogue,
Fair
you stealth
I'm
checks.
not alone.
What's your
I
stealth?
have
11.
Charlotte with me.
Okay.
It doesn't.
I'm apparently the
it didn't
only
help
one
you last
stealthing.
time.
Well,
Okay,
the one
you're
with the
stealthing,
body.
Rogue. So you're got an 11. I'm
Rogue
just
is.
gonna go ahead and passive perception of a guard. Let's go. Passive perception of a guard. It's gone forever. Please.
Wait, how does
I
it
said
look?
please
Guards?
and thank you.
Guards have a passive perception of 12.
Fuck.
So
Well, let's just hope there aren't any near where I'm going up.
we're gonna roll for whether or not there's guards near where you are. Okay, so I'm gonna roll a d20. You want this number to be a 10 or higher. Are you ready?
I feel like that's a box
10.
of doom roll.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
You see some guards and wait for them to leave on their route. You sneak, and then you have Misty Step, so you just you're back inside the room.
It's just a poof of smoke and I'm gone.
Yeah, the other side is the part that goes
I just
as you're holding a body suddenly appearing in a ramshackled room of Bob jumped through the window earlier.
I'm gonna close back up the window.
Okay. Bob, did you open the window before jumping through it? Yeah, you did,
He
because
did.
you
Yes, I
noticed there was oil on it and everything. Okay. So you close back up the window. Still kind of oily, slowly evaporating.
Actually, hold on. Leveling. When I was leveling up earlier, would I be able to exchange a spell I already knew for a new one?
Yes.
Would you mind if I did that now?
Yeah, you guys are.
we took a short rest.
You took a short rest. You can't normally do that during a short
Yeah.
rest, but the point is, we're not locking in the level ups until
Okay, that's
the
fair.
stuff people have chosen is actually chosen. So
Okay.
if you want to do stuff like that,
well,
you're good.
Yeah, never mind then. We'll wait until the long rest happens. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah, just walking through town, just back to the ship.
I have hidden in my room and I put
You
Miza in the
have
corner so it's
a
hard to see her. If you open the
Lightly
door.
breathing, very wounded
Miza.
Miza,
Yeah.
wrapped in a blanket,
All right.
In the
Well,
corner.
I'm gonna go.
and Bob and Roxanne, you two are just walking in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing to hide.
Okay.
Just casually walking in.
Look really sullen.
Where
so it seems like I
is-
died when people see you.
Okay, so we're gonna figure out where that guard went. The cult guards. You want a 7 or higher because this is there's only one of them as opposed to.
Would
I'm
my,
gonna roll a
knife,
d20.
would my knife be able to identify them,
You would be able to identify Roxanne.
but not my knife?
Well, you saw you and your knife both looked at them. They
Okay, so
stabbed
I
you.
could have my knife go ahead and tell me if they see them.
Yes, you could
That-
do that. Your
that
knife
would
would
like-
probably want to
Does that give
stealth,
advantage on the roll?
but
Yeah. Well, I'd
I'm
like
rolling
my
for
knife-
where they are, like for whether or not they're
Okay.
even here. So I just
Alright, well,
won't
you can
tell
do that.
you. Okay. So that's fine.
I would like
yeah.
my knife to
Roxanne,
just
could you
fly
have your knife
ahead and-
do? Is your knife being stealthy about this, or is it just floating ahead of you?
Well, yeah, it's stealthy and
Okay.
it looks like a knife.
So your knife needs to do a stealth check. and your knife needs to do a
Which
perception
one's
check.
stealth? I don't see. Where's stealth?
Unless they have stats for it, it's just going to be their dexterity. for the
Okay,
stealth.
so 15 plus 2. So I have a plus 2 on a d20. Roll d20 plus 2. They got it now. Unnatural
Jesus
Okay,
20.
they're a stealthy little rock. It's just a floating knife made out of rock.
When the dice
Yeah,
gods
and
it
now-
decide,
also
the
has,
dice
it
gods
also has
decide, all right?
false appearance while the knife remains motionless and isn't flying. It is indistinguishable from a normal knife.
Yes, but it is
But it
currently
is
flying.
currently flying.
I know,
and
So
but-
perception
stealth.
check.
Yeah,
You look at it,
perception.
you're like, that's weird. A knife just darted behind a tree to avoid my vision. Must be a normal knife.
Alright. Anyway, let's
Okay.
It must have been the wind.
Okay.
Perception check? Is
Yeah,
that just
perception check.
wisdom?
Yeah, that'll be
That's-
their wisdom.
Oh, they have a -3.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
a
You
knife.
have a better chance to notice things than your knife does, Roxanne.
They're a knife. But the knife
Well,
can be
just-
way in front of you and can come back and warn you if it sees something.
Yeah. 12.
Okay, so you send your knife off to go see if it sees the guard and come back and warn you if it does. And
Mhm.
you and Bob are approaching up towards the ship itself. Where are you two approaching towards the ship? Because there's
Sneaky, sneaky,
Just
sneaky,
up the
sneaky,
path?
Sneaky,
Basically, the most direct route to the ship.
Yeah.
That's what Bob's taking right now.
okay, and
Yeah,
we're
that's
talking
where
about the
I'm going.
landlocked lady when we say the ship. So
Yeah.
you guys beeline up the the terraced staircases that head up to the back side of the mountains up to this ship. You are going up them, and you make it pretty close, like probably 50 feet away from the ship, just like on the lower level. So just walking up 50 feet of stairs, and then you're next to the ship on its little terrace. And your knife comes darting down from the upper deck of the ship. Roxanne flies over to you two, looks all alerted, and points like back up at the upper deck.
Just goes.
Bob is going to sigh heavily, draw his rapier, and just start marching up the steps.
Wait, so he's up on top.
That
Is what you're-
guard, yeah, your knife is signaling to you that guard is up on the top deck of
Does
the
it-
landlocked
Is,
lady.
is it just one? Is it just one boy?
Your knife
like,
can't
draw-
talk.
Well, it can.
You
draw
ask
on,
it a
like, the
question.
ground.
You ask it a question. You say, "Is it just one?" Your knife, like,
It-
looks almost like confused for a second, and just starts notching down. It notches down 5, indicating you'd guess probably 5 guards up there. But your knife does not appear to be aware of whether or not they are hostile or not. Just that there are 5 up there.
Seems to be 5 people up on the top.
Yep, probably. Let's go, Roxanne.
Wait. I have a very dumb idea. But
You're
I
welcome
want...
to try it, Roxanne. I'm going up.
No. To warn bro, I would
So-
like to have my
okay.
knife. I would like to put a pebble on my knife, and imbue
I would
it
like
with
to make that
magical
pebble explode.
magical tinkering, and have it carry to Rogue, saying telling them that there's 5 guards at the on the ship and where they are.
Okay,
And we
so
don't know if they're hostile.
your knife only checked for that one guard. It saw 5 guards up there, and it told you that.
Mm-hmm.
You magical tinkering imbue your rock to tell Rogue.
Well, no,
that-
I imbue a pebble to put on the rock because I can't imbue a magical object.
Yeah, that's okay. So you have your rock bring up to the room a little pebble that tells Rogue 5 guards on top of the ship. Yeah, one of them is the guard that you were kidnapped by this morning.
Yeah.
So Bob and Roxanne, are you? So let's more specifically describe the ship again, so that you're aware. So the way you'd be coming up, to your left, a good 100 feet, there is a wooden staircase that goes up to the upper floor of this ship. That's the one that Roxanne was brought down in the first place, to get back here when she was kidnapped the second time. directly in front of you as you are like peering up over this, you can see the lowest floor has a makeshift door in the bottom that brings you into the back of the bar. That's the one you guys initially left yesterday in order to get down in the first place. And then obviously there is this terrace of rock that the ship is actually like lodged into, and on the other side of that there is another front entrance. So those are the three main ways into the ship. There are also portholes to the doors on the, or portholes to the rooms on the second level.
All right, Bob is going to try and go to the lower entrance because his plan is to go to the bar, see if there are any hunters there, alert them to the fact that there may be some corruption going on that needs to be taken care of, and hopefully get them as backup for when they have to confront the guards.
Okay.
Can I go with Bob and see if I can find the hunter I talked to earlier?
Okay. You guys will be aware it's been an hour since you took a short, well, you took a short rest, so that's an hour. You walked up here probably about a half hour in total to do all that. You spent an hour in the morning leaving in the first place. So it's late morning right now.
Wait,
yeah.
Oh, so like almost midday?
It's almost midday right now.
Oh, I thought it was like evening time.
No, it's only been like, it's not even noon. It's almost noon.
Dang, that's a lot that happened within like 5 hours.
To be fair, combat was like 10 rounds, so like 1 minute.
Yeah, you guys, most of that long time was like 3 minutes long in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Combat goes quick in game, but not in real life.
So,
man,
you guys,
so many flashbangs.
The sun is in the sky right now, so it's bright out. And Bob and Roxanne, you guys get up at least to the stone terrace around the outside of the ship. So you are available to go either in through the bar or up. It sounds like, Bob, you're going in.
We can also find
to go in through the bar.
We can also find the crew.
Yes, so you both step in the lower door. It swings open. And look in. No, could you guys probably want to like perception check out this room as you're looking in, I'd assume. So
yeah.
Both of you give me perception checks. Roxanne, this can be an advantage because your rock can help you.
Okay.
21.
10.
Okay. Bob, Roxanne, you look around. Let's do Roxanne first because Bob's gonna see everything Roxanne sees and then more. So, no guards, it looks like, in this specific room. It's a big room, so unless they might be hidden, but you don't see any. Again, there's a bar directly around you, like to your left. There's a big section for like food being prepared and a bunch of rows for the keeping of like wines and beers and alcohols and liquids and such.
And beers and stuff.
There's that section, so the bar to your left. To your right along the corridor, there is a staircase that goes up to the second floor. Then there's, tables and otherwise.
You really
that
need to make a map
at.
of this area.
No. I don't. There's no combat in the landlocked lady. I told you.
Wait, that means the guards can't do anything to us, but we're fine.
No, you've been stabbed 10 feet away from here. Anyway.
But we're fine.
There is so there's the tables directly in front of you. Then across the way, like 30-35 feet, is the front door, and then further to your left there is the like row of like makeshift rooms that are left up, the area for storage and otherwise. And you see
the captain.
Some of your crew. You got Deadly Dave over there.
Oh my god.
You got Deadly Dave and this is Silent Steve.
Silent Steve.
Yep. Silent Steve and Deadly
Dave.
Silent Steve, Deadly Dave, and Regular Dave are over in at a card table. They're playing cards right now. And you would know you have another like this. Today is another full day where you're going to be in port, and then tomorrow you were shipping off. So, right now you would figure people are probably getting the boat ready so you can leave tomorrow. with that in mind, you see like people that are on like full leave right now are just out playing cards. They have some drinks with them, and otherwise, you don't see your captain. You just see a bunch of the other citizens of Armoria around here right now.
What do you see, Bob?
Bob, in addition to that, the like storage area, it looks like.
Oh wait, do I see the hunter I noticed before?
No, you don't see the hunters. They're probably out hunting. You would figure. Bob, further along at the very end of the storage area, so like 100 feet to your left, it looks like there is a guard, kind of just like obscured behind everything. You can just barely make out the like front of their armor of the same recognizable brigandine chainmail down that way. They just look like they're on standby, maybe sitting, and there is also a ladder with a hatch on top of it on that end that looks like you'd be able to get up into the second floor from there. So that's this room. So you two, what do you do?
What are you thinking, Bob?
Are there any hunters here or just the crew?
It doesn't look like there's any hunters here. There are citizens, just people that are here eating. Maybe they are having a late morning, eating some food, getting ready for doing whatever it is they're going to plan to do.
Wait, we can talk to the bar mistress.
The bar mistress, whose name is now Cinderella, because
I thought you were gonna be like.
All right, so hold up. So this
Barlinda,
lady that we
yes.
captured.
Her name's Barlinda.
All right, so this lady that we captured is the mayor, and the mayor's the one who
Yes.
originally hired us to figure out what happened with the trees, right?
Yes, she. So you're thinking about that now. More specifically, she came over to you and saw Roxanne very drunk, and recommended Roxanne go take a nap in a free room she offered to Roxanne.
While we investigated.
While
the trees.
you investigated the
Okay.
trees. You now realize that was offered. Yeah. So you're putting together now. That's a little bit sketchy, but
Yeah,
made sense at
and
the time.
honestly, major misplay on her part. She didn't know who the fuck she was dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was dealing the one.
She came over. She came over and saw Roxanne so drunk that she was like, "Yeah, this is an easy person to kidnap. Literally, no one in town knows who they are."
All right.
Like, it was a mistake.
Besides the robes, can Robert remember any distinctive marks the cultists may have had, like tattoos or brands or anything like that?
Distinctive things. They leave the ones that you cared about a lot, the ones that were scary, were leaving scorch marks where they walked. That was the main.
Is there any redheads in the room besides me?
You look out to the room. No, no more redheads.
All right.
That you see.
Well, in that case,
Can we get a table and eat some food first?
No-
Bob, I'm a bit
no,
hungry.
we
Sure.
can't. We need to deal with this now. All right, Bob's going to take a risk. And Bob's going to say very loudly in the tavern, in front of the citizens and everybody, "Aha, good guard! I must report we have found who is responsible for the trees on the island and other strange happenings."
Okay. With that in mind, I think you announce that to the room, and let's go back to Rogue as that is shouted. So Rogue, you
I've hid
have
her in
done
the
some
corner.
slipping, some sliding, some poofing, some gliding, and you've
all those things.
you did all those things, and now you are in the
And
room.
more.
You've stowed away Mizza amongst the blankets. She cannot be seen currently. Well, she like.
I also have it up against the wall that's
Yeah.
like parallel.
You've kind of
yeah.
you paralleled her
So
up against the
if
wall.
they
You
open
put
up
some
the
blank.
door,
You threw some.
they
blank.
won't immediately see
It
them.
looks
They'll
like
just
there's
be, like,
someone
kinda empty.
maybe sleeping there, or there's a pile of blankets.
To be
That man-
fair, there was that pile of blankets in front of our door.
Everyone
They
who would
just
be
moved.
suspicious, besides that one guard, is dead. So
I am anxious, okay? Rogueblade, the anxious little boy, is not going to take this line.
Rose
So,
blade,
you-
more like Ancient's blade.
He is. He is.
Don't be
Alright, and I assume
suspicious.
Roxanne
Don't
explains
be
that there's still a
suspicious.
guard alive that kidnapped them, or is that something that we saw previously?
So I'm.
Well, Roxanne, I'm assuming
knife,
Roxanne
yeah.
told you that a guard was helping and described them. so.
Okay, yeah. All right. So we'll go ahead and take care of that later. But yeah.
So yeah, he is setting up in order to make sure that if someone does come in, does happen
Yes.
to check those things, discovers it's Miza, he is trying to come to terms with having to either kill or extremely maim that person in order to keep them quiet.
Okay. So Rogue's having a panic attack, just sitting
So
in the
he's
room.
just sitting in the room, basically curled up into a ball next to Miza.
Okay. Good to know.
All right.
Good to know.
That's where the bed is. I set
you
it down
hear
there.
Bob's voice shouting boisterously. Bobsterously. Down there.
One of us has got to watch Miza, so I'm not leaving.
He doesn't sound concerned. It just sounds like a very
Yeah, I'm assuming
a
he's
Bob,
got
a
this under
hearty
control.
Bob, a
That's
hearty
Bob.
Bob.
That's Bob. Bob knows
That's
what he's
Bob,
doing.
Bob's a
Okay.
falling guy.
With
Nobody
that in
should have assumed
mind,
that.
we shall go back to
Look, all right. I'm gonna assume that because you saved my bacon back there, Bob. You know
We
that.
saved all of our bacon.
Exactly. Those heels were
We-
clutch
We
heels.
gotta save each other's bacon.
The only
Yeah.
thing I did was damage.
the only thing you
Lots
did
of
was
damage.
die.
Stop saving our bacon.
To be fair, damage is a form of healing in
That's
itself.
what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Depends
uh,
on how
I
far
have a
you
whole
into
chart
health
for this.
potion-
So
health
let's.
potion chart
Whole chart. Okay.
What counts
of
as
how
healing?
close it is to
What counts as
healing.
a healing potion in
Oh,
D&D? I have a whole chart.
Mhm.
So, Bob, you announce that you've figured out the odd goings on here. You hear some, the crackling, not crackling, it's not fire, the shackling, swackling, a word, the jangling. Metal hits metal as the guard across the room stands up and begins to like look maybe a little confused, maybe a little excited. The people of the town like all go, here. Like, you figured it out? Some of them like look at you curiously, but otherwise they're just like, nice. Okay. It's not different.
Well,
Um
that's for someone more magically inclined to solve. But we figured out why that everything happened.
the
So,
guard comes up as well.
Yep.
This would be a let's say give me a sec. Let's look up the this guy's not human because human's boring now. You've had too many humans here.
Yeah, exactly. Humans are overrated.
This guy's a lizard folk, so you can see these
What?
grayish scales.
A lizard folk?
This big burly
Try
looking
tying that into the
body.
plot now. Tell me how that affects how that ties in. It makes sense.
He's just this island has lizard folk on it.
Yeah,
And then
those
they've
are
been
the-
hunting them blizzards down.
No,
to
they've
eat.
been hunting raptors down because the island is magical now. These are lizard folk. It's a big lizard man. It's not the same.
Ah.
It's not.
Ah,
It's
okay,
not
I see,
one of
I
those
see.
raptors. You are not approached by a raptor in armor. You are approached by a humanoid man.
He goes up to you and he goes, "Ah!"
Like
I
dark
see.
gray scales. Like the similar like gambeson with chainmail over it armor of the
We should
brigandines.
really make a map.
And they
Yeah.
come out. We're in the map. We're in the map right now. You're looking at it. And he comes up to you. You've figured out the trees.
Look, everything's going to take someone more magically inclined than us to probably put right.
The
But,
the mayor's quite magically inclined. Have you spoken with her about this?
You mean the fire
that's
tree
the
witch?
problem. Turns out she's a cultist.
She's a fire tree witch.
There's a
Um,
cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, here,
They
let me
kidnapped
explain.
me twice.
Here,
Can we
hold on.
can we go sit down at a
Roxanne.
table?
Roxanne, just chill.
My feet
Uh,
hurt. I want to sit down.
All right, you know what, Roxanne, you go sit down. Make sure to sit with the crew, okay? Don't sit
You're
alone.
accusing our mayor of being in a cult.
Leading the cult, yes.
What does she
Leading.
say in her defense?
And Robert, look, do you want me to explain this here, or would you rather go up to my room for a bit more privacy? Like, what do you want to do?
You just
I can-
accused the mayor of being in a cult. I think you need to kind of talk about this in the open a little bit, because
All right, that's fair. Okay, so here, I'm going to explain, and then I'm going to proceed to
Yes.
explain the events
Should
of the
I-
last few days.
he like looks around like, are there more? He sees there's like a ton of people. He's like,
One
we're
of your
fine,
number
we're
is
fine.
also- one of your numbers is also a cultist. He's on the top.
He tried to kidnap me this morning.
Do you
yes,
have
and
any?
he's apparently quite wounded.
So, actually, yeah, persuasion check. Persuasion check. You're telling
yeah,
the truth.
let's fucking do this.
Let's go.
Can't get lower than an 18.
27.
He looks at you. He goes, Should we arrest them?
Yeah, let's head back to the top there. We'll arrest that guy, and then I'll explain everything to you and the rest of your compatriots.
I think okay. There's you've come in here and you just started like saying what happened, and there's like a bunch of there's a bunch of people
A bunch
behind
of
you.
people are like, yeah.
Just like- They're just like, our mayor's a cultist.
Man,
this
that guy
guy's
seems
really persuasive.
convincing.
This guy's really persuasive.
Like,
His story
abnormally
tracks so
so.
far. Like,
it checks out so hard.
It's like everything lines up
Like
and makes
everything
sense.
is falling into place now in my head.
I think
It's like
was the mayor around when all these
I-
trees sprouted? No, I don't think so. She was probably in her cult hideout, which I can give you the exact location
I think
of.
she was.
she
telling-
wasn't
I
even the
think-
mayor when this happened. We elected her for the emergency.
Well,
I
see,
think-
there you go. Power play.
I think we've
That's
been
crazy.
really
He's had the
waiting for
demon
this
in front
guy
of me.
all along to tell us how to be.
There's also a giant void dark matter portal too, like that was left there because she
I'm just
accidentally
being
summoned the wrong
background
thing that
people
just
right
sucks
now.
in whatever
Can we
touches
talk
it.
about that
Okay,
later.
you make a
That you probably
persuasion
deal with
check now,
Hold on.
Roxanne. I want to
Roxanne,
see how
stop.
convincing
No.
your things sound.
Roxanne should be part of this conversation because they went to sit at the table because they wanted
No,
something.
no. I'm next to you. I
The-
like was walking
Roxanne
by,
is like
I could've walked to the
complaining
table.
this whole time, like moaning about wanting to be at a table. Then Roxanne just butts in and mentions Death Portal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Some nonsense.
I got a 7.
he goes, that I don't know if that's.
It's true.
Man,
Don't worry
that-
about it.
Okay.
That
Anyway,
goblin's really got a point.
This is crazy. This is
winged.
I will.
girl.
I will.
I don't know what they're talking
All right,
about.
hold on. All right, now I will go ahead and give you the entire explanation, all the context, everything you're going to need. But first, we're going to.
there
go
is
to
a
the top level.
guard that made these trees,
No.
and
That
they
was
need
the-
to be dealt with.
The mayor did that thing.
I didn't hiss the S in trees. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
okay.
it's fine.
I fucked
You're
up.
good.
This
Yeah,
guard
yeah.
begins to march with you two behind up
Yeah.
towards the upper things, and I think that's where we'll pick up next time.